Don't get excited and sit up, I promise.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why.
Be quiet.
The best.
I'm gonna put it right
I call
between
bullshit.
us, you know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me jumping when she opened the door.
When did you get a fourth? Have you always had 4 mics?
Yeah. That one was very funky.
What was it playing upstairs?
Just gotta give it the right
Oh,
touch.
what you drink? Radio thing.
Yeah,
People
there's
upstairs are like, haha, funny.
Jokes on you.
Dick. It's shot time already.
Quick.
Well, guys, we fucking made it. 100 episodes.
What?
We are in triple fucking digits now.
Good job, Blake. Congratulations, guys. You're superstars.
Guys, thanks.
Shot time.
Yeah. Let's pass shots around the room. This is epic. We can't be any more congratulatory right now.
I can't do it.
Guys,
You first.
So we're gonna run through probably the best episode worth of content ever made on the planet of ever. Joe Rogan ain't got shit on none of this.
You're comparing us to Joe Rogan already?
Yeah, Joe Rogan, he'd be impressed by what we're about to do.
Do you think Joe Rogan listens to this podcast?
I would hope so. That'd be awesome.
Maybe in a year or two when we're like top dog.
Hey, if
He's gonna call you one
we
afternoon.
keep reaching out to those low key artists like I did the other day, we'll get there.
Dude, I called
Did
it.
any respond?
I called it my reach list.
Huh?
Of the people that were
Did
reaching.
any respond?
With a restraining
That list, I
order.
don't know. Probably with a restraining order, probably.
He's on to something there. So,
No, I don't do whiskey.
we're gonna have like
Sorry, I don't do whiskey. I can't do it.
3 or 4 different little
not that bad.
sections here worth of topics.
Is it gonna get
And
spicy
I
again?
want Devin's
It might
opinion
get very
on where we
It might
should
get very
start
spicy.
with this.
All the girls are all chicken about whiskey.
Because
From
I
the
can't
top.
do whiskey. I can do vodka, but I can't do whiskey.
From the top.
It only burns a little.
so
My favorite though is tequila rose. Tequila rose.
as far as I guess we'll go through breaking news real quick.
It's breaking.
Dun, dun, dun.
As far as breaking news, there's very little. There's
No, Trump's been acquitted of his second impeachment.
Yep. Tell me about that, Devin.
It came down to votes of 57-43. Did not get the 66%.
2/3.
Who knew?
Yeah. Who'd have saw that coming? So breaking news. That's about it. I guess
Chiefs lost the Super Bowl.
if you haven't been with us since last podcast, Chiefs, they lost. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers came in as a wild card, and they got them.
Guys, Tom Brady. I mean,
Guys, Tom fucking Brady.
Let's
did you not expect that, Blake?
let's talk about your boy Brady for a
exactly
minute.
your boy. Yeah.
Let's talk about your boy.
Are you
Brady.
mad at him?
No,
No,
not at all.
Alright.
Mad. He's
I rooted.
mad.
How about-
rooted for him. I wanted him
How
to
about
win.
you know what? I think I will make you mad. Just off of this one statement.
I like it.
If it wasn't for the Manning brothers, Brady would have 10 Super Bowl rings.
9 because of Nick Foles, but
Yeah, 9.
you are correct. He would have
You are correct too.
he would have insane amount of Super Bowl rings.
Here's another one. Eli Manning beat him twice in the Super Bowl. If Brady's the GOAT, what's that make Eli?
I like where you're going with that, but he still doesn't have the playoff wins,
No,
the
I know.
Super Bowl wins.
No, I know. I just had to be a little asshole
I think we're all
about
just
it.
like petty about Brady.
How
you
does
know?
Tom Brady?
But
Yeah,
he's
we're
a
just
good
we're just
player.
we're just done seeing Brady in the
He's
Super
ranked
Bowl.
highly
Yeah.
in the NFL. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he's
he-
number 1 in terms of like actually ranked in the NFL. So we're just petty though because
He's
Because
too good and we're not.
they
The
fucking
last-
beat
the last-
them, you know.
The last 20
They beat
years,
all
it's
of us.
been.
He
Brady.
beats everyone,
All
and
the
he deflates
time.
balls. What?
Oh.
Did you- I saw.
Just kidding. That was never
I
proved.
saw this sign. It was
Not proved
during one of
that
the
tonight.
celebration parades. Chick was holding up a sign that said, "Brady, kiss me like you kiss your son."
I saw that.
that
Oh
was
my
so
God.
nasty.
Saw that. Rude, by
So
the way.
nasty.
That was hilarious.
I chuckled,
Did
but I was
anybody
like,
check
oh,
Brady's balls
rude.
on Sunday?
Somebody was apparently.
Someone was, yeah.
I heard he got
I don't
really
know, we had
drunk
the
and
first
almost
female
got
rep.
arrested. That
Yeah,
deflates
this
you
trip
quite a
was
bit.
here.
doesn't it?
Hold
Oh,
on.
I hate it when they.
Congratulations for getting drunk.
Soft sap.
Like he
Right.
won the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
Oh,
He's got
dude.
something to celebrate.
Oh, dude, he
I
needed
get
to
drunk
be-
and I don't need anything to
He was
celebrate.
past drunk. He needed to be walked like
Dude.
a dog.
Brady did?
Those are the
Yeah.
best nights.
I didn't hear about that.
Those are the best nights.
He also didn't quite.
If I won
understand
my
But
seven
that was
show,
also like
I'd be
12 in the
stage
afternoon.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm king of the world, guys.
Dude, guys,
I'm
let's
having a
talk
drink.
about
King of the
Gronk
world.
for a second.
Mom took me home.
Gronkowski literally came out of retirement, was like, I'm going to go play football with my best friend, and won a fucking Super Bowl.
No, but he came out of
Okay,
retirement,
let's talk
went
about
into
Antonio
wrestling,
Brown, who
got out
spent
of that, and then went
half
back
of
to
last
football.
year in jail.
That's another good point.
Antonio Brown was in jail last year
Yeah.
and came back and won the Super Bowl with Brady.
Another crazy point.
Like-
Le'Veon Bell and Antonio
and Le'Veon
Brown
Bell.
went to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl this
Oh,
year
just-
after
just
both
okay.
leaving
I
the
didn't know.
fucking Steelers.
I
We're like, no, we'll never win a Super Bowl with this team.
don't know. Yep.
And Le'Veon Bell didn't win a Super Bowl, but he's
He
on the
didn't
right
play-
team.
he didn't
Me
play
and
the
me and
snap.
Devin were talking about it the other day that I'm pretty sure the Chiefs and the Buccaneers are going to be the Super Bowl for the next 3 years.
You think so?
Who the fuck else is going to beat the Buccaneers in the NFC? And then
Who you
the
thinking?
Chiefs have already proven that no one can beat them in the AFC.
Bills will be a tough one.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to be tough for next couple years. I'm telling you right now.
I agree. What do you think? What do you think was the Bills' problem? Because they played the Chiefs. The
Coaching
Chiefs
staff.
are the one that kicked them out.
Coaching staff.
Well, that's not going to change. I don't think the Bills are going to change their coaching staff too much.
No, they won't.
So it's going to be still up to Josh Allen and the Stephon Diggs show. But
At least it wasn't on the page.
you know as well as I do, if the Buffalo Bills figure out a run game, that is a dangerous team.
Absolutely. They got the.
They have no
Line.
run game. Their running backs suck. I think that's why they lost to the Chiefs, because they had no run game, and all the Chiefs had to do was play passing coverages the whole game.
That was.
I don't know, guys. I didn't watch 5 minutes
What about-
of football this season.
What about the offseason? What do you think? Well, this will be brief. What do you think's going to happen in the offseason as far as like J.J. Watt, Deshaun Watson? Hey, J.J. Watt, by the way, I like how you called that a week ahead of time.
A week ahead of time? Yeah.
Yeah. With no insider information, just psychic abilities, just like.
That's what you think.
No.
What happens in the locker room stays in the
So
locker room.
right. No, what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. So my sources, I'm not going to reveal my sources.
We just know he's in Houston.
We just know my source happened to
in
be
Houston.
from Houston. No, but
In the locker room. Nobody else
I
around.
I honestly hope that J.J. Watt finds his way to Pittsburgh or maybe.
I
or
hope.
Yeah.
I just say that
I
because
want
his
him to-
brother's in Pittsburgh.
It would be cool for him to play with his brother, but I want him to go to a winning team. I want him to go to a Super Bowl team.
Watch
Because-
the Buccaneers pick
Because
him
of
up.
all people,
Watch-
J.J. Watt deserves a ring.
Watch the Buccaneers pick him up.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't even put it past them.
Game over.
I wouldn't even put it past them. What do you
Game
think
over.
about Carson Wentz? Everyone says he's leaving Philly.
Yeah, he's about to go over with what's his face and go play with Foles again.
Where's Nick Foles?
Was it the Bengals?
God
no.
damn it,
It wasn't
no.
the Bengals.
He was playing too. Why don't I know that?
No. It wasn't
The
Tennessee.
Bears.
The Bears.
Shut
The
up.
Bears.
Can anybody not say that?
Yeah,
when
no, I,
The
you
Bears.
brought up?
I'm pretty sure I saw
Balls.
somewhere that he was going to play with Foles again.
Man, between
How's-
Trubisky, Foles, and Wentz,
How
you
pissed?
got 3 starting quarterbacks.
I'd be pissed if I was that team.
I would too. I'd be pissed if I was the fans. I'd be like, what are you doing wasting money? All right, well, we're going to get off of football since most of our guests aren't in football savvy world.
Sorry about it.
Oh, no, it's all good. I wanted to announce 2 big news. Blake's big news.
Yes.
Do we have a button for that? Blake's big news.
No. I just got this one.
Blake's big news.
I was about to say,
Some
I will
bullshit button.
definitely
Your
be
news
on
is
the
bullshit?
commentary side.
Like,
So
Sorry about that.
first
fake
big news. We have an addition to our family,
No, it is not another kid.
courtesy
No,
of Dominique
that's
and
still a
PJ.
kid. It's still a kid. It's just got 4 legs.
Dominique and PJ
Wow.
That just sounds like inbreeding.
had puppies, and we wanted one. I wanted one. I've wanted one for like 2 months now, or just shy of 2 months.
Speaking of Dominique, say hello.
Hello, hello.
We didn't really go through introductions.
No, we just kind of jumped straight
Negative.
into
Just
it.
jumped right in.
Well, I guess we should probably do that real quick. Let's run around the room. Tell everyone who is all here.
Well,
Well,
Mr.
let's
Host.
start right here, Dominique.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
This joins out.
That's how it's going.
Anyways, yes.
We're off to a great start.
All right,
That's
That
fantastic.
was a great start with this one.
yeah, let's go.
It's Janelle. You guys know me.
Hi, I'm Taylor. How are you guys?
Taylor's
And Taylor is Dominique's sister.
Yes.
first time appearance.
Can we hear the other 2 over there?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can actually.
There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
If you don't know
Who
that
is
voice,
that?
if you
He
don't-
just
I don't
said,
know
"Can
that
you hear
voice
me?"
either.
If you don't know that voice, that's Paul Jr.
Paul
Paul
Jr.
Jr.
Paul.
Sorry, that's Dominique's husband,
Paul
PJ.
Jr.
All right,
Jimbo.
Someone's riding on the roof.
Jimbo's
We're
here.
going with Jimbo.
James, Mr. James
Jimbo.
Oswald. He has connections to Harvey Lee Oswald.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got on Ancestry yet.
He's like, yeah, maybe.
It's
Share the
Morgan.
same last name.
Morgan's
so-
here.
We got Morgan back.
Tony.
Tony's here.
I am the grungy little leprechaun.
The leprechaun Nate is here.
The leprechaun name.
Skittily dee.
And then we got myself, Devin, and Blake, of course.
So, yes, Devin Strange and Blake Anderson, hit us up on social media. We're always down to talk shit to your face or to your
Your face
social
to face.
media screen.
The
Or behind
introduction
your
that
back.
you
Your
guys
Facebook
out.
face. More
I know,
like.
on episode 100.
Yeah,
I just wanna
there's-
rewind.
And then there's
Your host.
Blake
Can
and
we
Devin,
go back?
the hosts.
The host.
I'm sorry.
Should we have like some confetti or something?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Here, let's go
That
find
was
some
for-
candy.
Who
Let's
are
see
our
what we got.
hosts?
We'll get some
The
confetti.
hosts.
Myself, Devin.
Yes.
We'll blow a tree up. It'll be confetti.
Was that supposed to be a drum
That was a drum roll.
Yeah.
That was a drum
roll?
roll.
That was a drum roll. So,
What was that?
let's not.
That was
Uh,
a big
so-
drum.
Was
We're
that
going
a
to-
trumpet?
I'm going to
Or an
apologize
elephant.
for Janelle Young.
I'm gonna
losing
apologize
the
to
last
you
one.
ahead of time for the loud microphone.
Somebody just
We,
shot that
um,
drum.
Yes.
Shot the drummer.
Myself
more
and
like.
Blake are bleeding from the ears at the moment.
Yes,
He's on a cable.
That was Janelle giving
that's a drum roll.
myself. Yes.
She
giving-
wants us
giving
to
a drum roll.
redo our intro.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
was
dun,
Because
dun.
it's episode 100. I mean,
Dun 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 dun
Alright,
dun
so
dun
we get Space Jam
dun.
Bom, 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 bom.
It's
Blake
Blake
Anderson.
Anderson.
Alright, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, welcome
Yeah.
back
That
to
was
the
awesome.
Game.
You were in the background.
Heck
That
yeah.
was good.
That was good. That was good.
Let's see if we can make Devin's that
That
good.
was
It's
great.
not going to be that great. Well,
Dun 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 dun. Demonstrate.
Guys,
Alright.
that was
There you
just
go,
my
there's extra
reminder that
one.
we needed 4
Gotta
headsets
record.
this year.
Devin's
Yeah.
was definitely more better because we were laughing.
We're definitely gonna
We're
going to be getting.
We got 2 teachers in the building that are calling me out on my more better.
Oh, better.
Mo better.
Anyways, back to
Drop the
our
R,
addition to
Drop
the
the R.
family. We bought a little pit bull from Dominique and PJ. She's what, 10, 11 weeks old?
9 weeks.
9 weeks.
Almost.
Yeah, I bought her as a birthday present / Valentine's present for the lady who just walked in.
Thanks, babe.
You're so welcome. And my other big news, since our introductions for everyone kind of got totally off topic there.
Did not. What? Us off topic?
Only slightly.
So,
Just a tip.
Nice.
me and Devin have been talking for the last couple weeks about me and the family buying a lake house.
The rest of us are down.
And guess what, you motherfuckers?
Mission.com.
We're under contract. Yes, that shit happened.
I know where I'm
Congrats,
spending
bud.
my summer.
Right?
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
Good thing you got all
work's
those
going
bunk
to
rooms.
Missouri
I've seen
with me.
the whole house.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my big news.
Congratulations. That is some
Yes.
more big news.
Yeah.
To all
Because
of you.
Thank
not
you.
only
Seriously.
3 months ago you bought this place,
Oh yeah.
but it took you 3 months to buy a second house.
Cheers to $500,000
Crushing
in
it,
debt.
bud.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. When you say it like that, it doesn't sound as good.
Well, it was a great
And
idea until
fizzled.
Devin pointed it out.
Yeah.
Thanks for crushing my dreams.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Fizzled.
Hey,
That's what I'm here
I would like to mention Dallas is only an 8-hour drive.
Oh yeah.
Lake of the Over.
Oh.
Lake of the Over.
Gonna get some like.
Over?
Overheart?
Aardvark?
Oh,
Ozarks.
Ozarks.
I
Yeah,
will.
what was that town in Texas?
Yep.
Stop it.
Let's do it.
Challenge.
I'll take a drive to Austin. Let's go.
Nacogdoches.
Expialidocious.
Expialidocious.
Babe, will you put this on the
Oh.
on the
Go
mic
live on the
stand?
Insta.
No, under the camera and tilt it like so, and then you gotta press thy button. I do apologize, everyone on Twitch. PJ's
They
over
just
there being
twitched
reckless.
the Twitch out of Twitch.
PJ's over there. He's like a fucking bull in a china shop.
Most days.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
Oh, you fucked up.
happened?
Don't
No.
judge
Oh,
me
such
'cause
a
I'm
pretty
fat.
picture.
Looks like I might have to go over there.
Help me.
Here.
Dog's getting
Here.
bone.
Yep.
Dog wants
I
to
do
go.
apologize. Hey, Devin.
Put it in the hole, Mo.
Devin, I want you
Put it in the
to.
hole, Mo.
I want you
I
to
don't do
bring
that,
up
so-
the fact. Did you hear about the Morgan Wallen thing?
Just line it up, Mo. Just
Yeah.
line it up.
I
I
did
heard
hear
about
about
that.
the
My
Morgan
phone
Wallen
wants to
thing.
overeat it, guys.
I want you to tell the audience first
No
what
one's
happened, and then.
I can't because I've only heard about it. I don't know the entire story. I just know.
Okay, we're gonna go around the room
Yeah,
just
so what
real
did
quick.
happen?
Does everyone know who Morgan Wallen is?
So
Yes.
close. First
No
time
way.
I've heard the name.
Yes.
Faint.
Country
No
singer.
idea.
Famous,
He's a newer country
famous country
artist.
star.
I feel like.
He's got a couple alright songs, but
All right songs.
Okay.
Number
according
one.
to Anthony, he's the best guy ever. But
This is
I
what
do
this
like
happens.
him. I
He's
did.
a
I
country
did.
artist.
I did like him really a lot. Like
So
I
you
might
don't
know
like
him.
him
early
now?
on, yeah.
like really a lot.
Did something happen?
Definitely.
What happened?
Yes.
Oh yes.
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 He
Like cancellations of contracts.
Like,
and-
What happened?
Okay, so he says in his little apology video that he was on a 72-hour
Do
bender.
I need to push this?
with one of his
Yes.
friends.
Press the white button.
Yep.
And then nope, camera's good. Your money. You're
No.
mucho bueno.
This, good right where it's at.
Yeah, mucho bueno.
We are solid.
So
Pastoroni. Mucha.
just to give you a heads up, Morgan Wallen is a white male with a mullet that sings country music songs.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
He was
Now
videotaped.
we're comparing Billy Ray Cyrus and Morgan Wallen.
He was
We have
videotaped,
jump ship,
Did he
everybody.
remake
most
Acre
likely
Breaking?
by his neighbor, of him outside his house saying the N-word.
Uh-oh. Can't do that.
And it was sent straight to TMZ.
Of course it was.
Oh, you know his neighbor
That's
got
worth
paid for
money.
this shit. That's why he recorded it.
What was the context?
He
of
was
it? Why
jesting with
He
a
was-
friend.
Was
Yeah.
he singing
was
along
like-
to a rap
Yeah,
song?
he was-
or was he
no,
calling them
he-
There
back?
was a buddy that had just dropped him off at his house after, like, the TMZ video was like multiple hours apart. They showed like an altercation that happened in front of the house with him and we don't even know. And then the next part where he said the N-word, it was his buddy had just dropped him off and he was walking up to the house and he was saying bye to his buddy and he said it and it was like
It was.
I don't even
it was
remember
like,
exactly
Yo,
what got
get
said.
get that
Yeah.
N-word out of here.
Yeah.
Did he
Something
say
like that.
ER or A?
Oh,
It was
It was a hard.
It was Country Boy. Yeah, it was
Country
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 Boy.
Boy hard.
Okay.
He pulled a Kyle Larson.
Wait, so
You
he
know,
was
Kyle Larson's back this year, so.
He was
Yeah,
saying
he pulled
bye
a
to
Kyle
his
Larson.
friend in a
Who's Kyle
friendly
Larson?
way, or
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It
kinda,
was-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It was saying it in a friendly
did that
way to
last
his
year.
buddy.
It was
It
like
was-
a term of endearment.
So they
Jane,
let him go, and now he's back this
Is what
year.
he's like.
So he released
His
like a
story.
5-minute
Yeah.
video
Was the friend,
talking about how
Was the friend black or white?
in his car.
Yeah,
I
the
would
guy
assume
you
that he was a
dressed
white guy.
They
as the
haven't-
I would
N-word.
assume that
in
he
a
was a
car,
white
they
guy.
don't- they didn't
I would
Do you-
assume he was white.
Do you have the
Yeah.
capability of playing the video right now? And then it'll go on your stream and shit?
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
Probably.
Finding
do, just
that-
don't know how.
You could
Finding
edit it.
that video, first of all, right
Not
now,
that deep into it.
might not be very easy. But I can pull it up. It's on.
'Cause I haven't
Well,
seen the
about
original
everywhere.
video.
Where the
So,
fuck
I've
is
read a
it?
couple
Let
of
me ask
articles
you this
about him and his
question. How many
apology.
of us have done stupid shit when we're drunk? And said stupid shit when
Yeah.
we're drunk?
And how
Do
Do
many
you
Yeah.
of
think
us
you
have?
should lose your job over it?
Yeah.
But
Like,
I do think
seriously?
that him being in the light
The
in,
hiatus
He's more in the
that he-
public
like
eye,
there's
yeah.
kids
That and
there's kids
where he
that
came
are
from.
that look up to him.
It's
No,
only
I
okay
agree.
to say that when you're black.
I agree. I agree.
Hold on, we're
gonna
gonna get to that.
all it
Hold
is.
on, we're gonna get to that. That is later on in this
Apparently
conversation.
that's the rule. Is,
I
hey,
don't
if you're
even
not
think
black, you
that's
can't say
real
that. Well,
okay.
wait a minute.
No, hold on.
You
We're
made
gonna
it
get to
angry
the double standards in music here in a second. But so oh shit. No, stop.
What, yeah,
So-
what you doing over there, bud?
I'm trying to find the Morgan
He
Wallen
doesn't know
video.
what he's doing. He's fired.
Because last time I looked at it, it was
Yeah.
only
Computer
it was
technology.
only like a
I'm not
minute long
condoning
video.
using that
Load
word
stuff
in
in.
a derogatory way. I
Such a
think
long
that's
flight.
It's alright though.
not okay. But
Got it.
at the same time, like if you're drunk and you're with a buddy and you're being filmed on your own property without your knowledge, you know, you're entitled to do stupid shit. This is America, right? You shouldn't. I don't think anybody should
Freedom of
lose their
speech.
job over it.
Yeah.
It
I'm
did-
not condoning
It
the
did rub me
action,
wrong
I'm
that
not
it was his
condoning the
neighbor
words.
that caught him
That's
in his on
bullshit
his
and you
own
shouldn't be
property
saying stuff
talking.
like that. However, this cancel culture that we're in, where people are losing their jobs for stupid shit, for having their own personal opinions, this is America, and you should be able to have your own opinion. Whether I agree with you or not, I'm going to stand up for your right to say whatever
what
you
you
want to
want.
say. It, you know, you're going to have consequences, and people aren't either going to like you or not like you, or disown you or not disown you, whatever, in your personal relationships. But you know, there's personal consequences for your actions. I just don't think you should lose your job over something stupid you did when you were drunk. You know,
They're
we all
trying to
do
take away
stupid
freedom
stuff
of
when we're
speech,
drunk.
and if we're not careful, we're gonna lose it.
It's true.
We already are losing.
See,
Kinda
Exactly.
Like when
See,
you're young
this
and
part
dumb.
of the video was
With the
You're
earlier.
growing older and you learn and
We
shit.
are losing.
Right,
it.
But if
everybody
they hold
does
it against you
stupid
forever, how can
shit.
they be a better person?
Right, exactly. Everybody
know?
does stupid stuff.
All right,
Whatever happens,
everybody,
goodness.
shh, for just like 5 seconds. All right, this is
Listen,
this
Brenda.
is Morgan Wallen saying it. So he was talking to the guy he was leaving or getting out of the car with. I will play it for you one more time, and then I'm getting off the subject.
Okay, so let me tell you how many times that happens in the military, in college. When you go drinking with your buddies and you're trying to make sure he gets back to his bed, yeah, you're gonna start calling him some derogatory names, but in a joking manner.
Could you see, because her question, what race the person was? Just her question.
It was pretty. I'm pretty sure it's a white dude because you see him walking around the car in that video.
Mhm.
But he has his hood on because it's looks like it's fucking 0 degrees there in Nashville.
I'm just glad this cancel culture didn't exist back when I was younger. Back when I used to listen to rap and hip hop, and all my friends did too. And we'd
Hold
sing
on.
along.
Hold on.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
I
wanna
We had
st-
black
I wanna
friends
stop
around
you
and
right
they were
there.
Okay with it.
I wanna
stop
stop
you
you right there.
Okay.
It didn't stop. It was around when we were kids.
Yeah.
It was around.
It was.
And-
but
and there
nobody
was-
there
Hold
recording
on.
it all the fucking time.
Let's we're not gonna kid ourselves. When we were fucking kids, black people were saying in music videos, calling white people crackers, but
Yeah.
we're not allowed to say the N-word or anything at all. It's
Well-
but there's a double standard
That's the problem.
in rap music and in music in general.
In the world, there's a double
Yes.
standard for
Yes.
everything. There's
Yes.
a double standard.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
True.
I don't
not
think
just
Absolutely.
music,
There'd be
not
no
just
standard.
language, not just you know.
Absolutely. I'm just saying in music, in rap culture, racist terms get thrown around all the time towards
It's pretty much expected.
white people.
But if you're white, you better not repeat it.
But if look at Tom McDonald. Did you see the backlash? I don't know exactly. I'm not exactly sure which song it is, but he says the
Fake
N-word.
woke?
He says the
Oh.
N-word out. He says it just straight up. And it was like it's like a 2-year-old
Right.
video.
It's
But-
White Boy.
That
White
was
Boy. I was
no,
gonna say it's
it
White
was
Boy.
no, it wasn't White Boy. It
Yeah,
No.
White Boy, don't say
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
know.
no,
That's what
he
it was.
doesn't. No, he doesn't say the N-word in White Boy. He says it in a different video. Regardless, a white boy says the N-word in a rap video
Yeah, but
is death
the
threats all
context.
over
Yeah.
cancel culture.
I mean,
And this
even
is
Eminem was smart enough to not really say it. You know, I think he said it
No,
a
he
few
said
times,
it.
but
He said it a few
he
times
didn't let
with
it slip
Dr.
a whole
Dre
lot
and
often.
but how fucking ass backwards is that?
Well, then again, he helped multiple black people set their careers off too.
Think
so,
about
but they were
about
like, all right, you can say
think
it.
about how normalized it has become to call a Mexican derogatory things like a beaner or a wetback. People just say it like it's not even a derogatory term anymore.
So
Well,
They do
that'll
the,
be
they
next.
do the same thing with
Give it a
Germany
few
If
more
we
years.
look at our-
that'll be just as bad.
to this day.
look at our Twitch feed real quick. My buddy, the Jelly Roller on Twitch, he said in the military, I've heard some shit come out of some others' mouths. I can't. For the next
Shout out
20
Jelly Roll. Thanks for the comment.
For the
man.
next 20 minutes, I can spit the most racist jokes you could think of. Most horrid jokes you could think of.
Please don't do that.
But can we all here agree that I am not racist?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People
Yeah.
force it into context every single time. I myself, everyone can have their own opinion. I do not think it's okay for people to say any race. I don't care if you're white, Asian, anything, cannot say the
See,
N-word.
and that-
And African Americans can say the N-word in a friendly meaning. We all know it was bad back in the day. We know the meaning. And if you know the person and the context they're saying it, and they are not saying it in the context that people said it back then, you should not be coming at someone's head. And if you are, then you should not be using the term yourself talking to your friends. Why
Agreed.
have we turned it into a friendly
Completely
term?
agree.
If it's going to
So
be
I
a
totally
bad
agree.
term,
So
it's a bad term.
So to caveat off of that, we also need to make sure that they don't refer to us white people as crackers.
Yeah, exactly.
This-
And
Or
I really
because-
wanna
because
know.
that is the most
Or any of the
That is the
derogatory
most-
terms.
Well, if we're being honest,
Ass
that doesn't hurt
backwards.
our feelings as bad as when we say it to them.
right. But no,
Yes,
but
But
it's
calling
just
us
it
a
should
cracker.
be this two-way street.
Yes.
Call-
It
calling
just
us
has
a
an
cracker.
agreement.
I could
It's an
say it's a
agreement
total
that has-
double
don't dare
standard.
to be called
No,
a cracker.
not
It does
even
not
that.
hurt my feelings. But I
Calling
will
us a
not
cracker.
dare say the N-word.
If they call me a cracker to my face, I will laugh because the term cracker was the owners with their whips. It was the crack of the whip of the slave owners. That's where the term came from.
I didn't know
I
where that
heard,
came
I
from.
heard that that's where it came from.
That-
I thought we were just
that's
white
just
privileged
where I
saltines.
say I think context is important.
Not salty.
But I just hate that words have
So
so
we're
much
just crumbly
power.
salty crackers.
And that's all that I have to say, honestly. Like,
What
I
is
know
that?
people
Salty.
have a lot to
Saltines are
say about
delicious.
it. Like, I
That
would
is
love to
salty.
hear someone who
It's just
truly
salty.
is offended by it
It's
because
salty.
I like hearing
That's why
people's
white
opinions
girls
and I
so
would
salty.
want to know how they
When I
really
grew
feel
up,
about it.
when
But I just don't know why, like, it has to be so derogatory. Like, why is it? We're not talking in that context when people do say it when they rap, and that's why it's still talked
Well, what if
about,
we just
and
got
people rap
everybody to
about
stop
it
saying
because
it?
it's such a
It's
big
derogatory
thing.
in
So where
We-
does
right?
where does
Right,
it start?
exactly.
Me and Devin.
Where does it
Word
start?
away.
Me and
Where does
Devin-
that start?
Exactly. Why
Me
can't
and
we just
Devin
stop
What
are-
saying
happens
it?
if they
me and
take
Devin
one
are
word away?
intrigued
They're just
to
gonna start
hear
taking other words away.
everybody's opinion on this.
How do you
Every
take
listener who is listening to this,
It's
we
just a
want
big
your
topic,
opinion on this
for
too.
real.
Sticks
Yeah,
and
we're
stones
open.
will
Like,
break my bones, but names will never hurt me. What's the difference if I call you an idiot or an asshole or whatever?
in present day.
To be
Exactly.
truthfully
In
honest,
present day,
you could
and
call
not
me a
in that
cracker,
context.
and I would take no offense to that. If you call me an idiot or stupid,
Well,
I'm
Might get a little
literally
irritated.
clenching my fist, ready to punch you in your fucking face.
Exactly.
if
Like,
you're called
just-
an idiot or stupid,
Yeah.
Like those two words. Even you could call me a pussy, a bitch, an asshole. All
see, I'm
you
more willing
call
to
me
fight over
something
those
just
than an idiot
simple
or
as
stupid.
stupid or an idiot.
People can say, "Don't be stupid." I'm like, "Can always be."
That's different than
You
calling
know,
someone
like-
you're stupid. That's different than
Crazy
don't be
stupid.
stupid. Because I say don't be stupid to people all the time.
All right, so yeah, it's context.
You mean stupid as an uneducated?
Yeah, don't ever call me an idiot. Don't ever call me
You're
stupid.
saying if
Because
someone's
you,
genuine-
I'm
someone a chicken
literally
fucker,
gonna
you might
be
get
at your
like-
throat. Like you better start explaining
I
yourself. What do you
think
mean
Why
by
are you
that?
taking
I
it to
think
the sea
everybody
level?
has their own trigger word, and it's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the most offensive to everybody.
True.
But
If
you
you called
can't-
me a bitch or a pussy in a bar, I'm coming at you
Oh,
also.
fuck me up.
I'm
Yeah,
also
yeah,
coming
yeah.
at you.
Going
Yep,
to the
yep.
morgue,
But like on a job site, bitch or pussy, those words get thrown around all the time.
Well, that's
All the
normal
time.
for
If
guys
you
to
it's
fucking-
each other.
entertainment.
If you point in my face and call me stupid or you're an idiot, I will punch you. I will fucking hit you in the mouth.
Get your ass off the roof. Your ass is going flying down 2 stories.
Well, if we're on a roof, you're just gonna get grabbed by your.
Fuck that.
by your
Rip his-
shit
rip his gear
thrown
right
on
off,
the
throw him
ground.
off the roof.
Choke you
I don't want to kill you.
So I
I'm
guess
kicking
the
your bitch ass
question
off the
is.
roof.
So I guess the question is why are some words quote more violent?
Trigger
than
words.
others?
Trigger words.
Why?
Yeah, there's
Why
just.
does it matter? They're
It's
just
probably-
words.
But it's I think it all goes back to the individual and how they were raised, and everyone has trigger words
I've
that they
got-
don't like.
We got another guest
Is this Alex?
joining us, Mr. Alex Potvin.
Putvin.
Allow, come on, join.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh no, it's not gonna work. That's so sad. It's not gonna work.
So I want to bring one more thing up before we get off this music thing and this music culture thing. I believe that this. So after Morgan Wallen said this, his record sales, you would think, plummet.
They went through the
No.
roof.
They
Oh, no.
fucking spiked through
top.
the fucking roof, dude.
Well,
He
I didn't know
was-
his name before this.
He also lost all radio,
I was gonna
He didn't.
say
He didn't.
lost all
He
of his
didn't.
streaming
He did not.
platforms.
He didn't lose the streaming platforms. He's still on.
He
However,
did, and he didn't lose all of his radio.
That's true.
his
He lost like the 3 big stations.
He did, yes. All the super
Yeah.
syndicated stations,
Yeah.
all. But
There
they're
he is.
they're back playing his music after his apology.
welcome, Mr. Alex. How are you, sir?
Alex, what's up, dude?
What's going on, boys and girls?
It's good to have you here for our conversation.
Cheers, cheers.
So here's what I wanted to say. I feel like country music's double standard as far as rap music is just as guilty. I think country music, when they considered people like David Allan Coe and
Have you ever heard David Allan Coe's underground music?
I've heard a lot of David Allan Coe.
Whoa!
But hold on, as soon
Is
as
that
they
what that was
as
the
soon
other
as we started
Yeah.
considering people like David Allan Coe and who's the father and son?
Hank Williams.
Yes,
Jr.
Hank and Senior.
Yeah.
As soon as we started considering those guys outlaws after the racist, fucking crazy shit that they would openly sing about and talk about,
Haven't you heard the song that thinks the outlaw bit done got out of hand?
I've heard a lot of their songs that make you wonder, like, how in the fuck are you allowed to just openly talk about that kind of shit and just say, like,
Freedom of
just-
speech. It's
But
artistic
it's the
expression. And
it's the
music.
same way as rap. Like, there's some rap songs where
Artistic
some black
expression.
people or some Mexican people are just talking mad shit about other people. And they're not saying, like, individuals. They're super racial profiling or, like, religiously profiling. And everyone gets away with it because they're expressing themselves.
Have you guys heard this song? That what is it called? WAP.
WAP?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
WAP.
What
Have you?
ass?
Right. I'm
What's this?
sorry, but that song is
How
extremely
about some
offensive.
wings and
And very vulgar. Amazing. Amazingly vulgar, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, why?
But that's
So
the
according to her,
argument.
it's
That's the
prison
argument.
Hang on.
That, but
She-
according
That
to
you're
Cardi B, it's
talking
completely
about
okay.
reproductive.
She's
That's
expressing
Have you
herself.
heard this song? Have you
What?
heard this song?
What was that, Alex?
My wet ass pussy, yeah, I have.
Yeah, but you can't play Baby It's Cold Outside.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely. Right? Is that there again?
That's
that
a
double
great point.
standard.
Good one.
That's the double standard.
Yeah,
That's
bingo.
absolutely right.
There it
Double
is.
standard.
There it is.
All right, we got Alex here. Let's get juicy.
If you're
Let's get
driving
fucking
down the road
juicy.
And listening to the radio and wet ass pussy comes on the radio, like
Babe,
you
say that.
don't want
You don't say that.
Eat that Big Mac
Yeah.
inside this
Yeah.
burger.
You're- you're offending
Are you
me.
guys kidding me?
You don't
Some
have
of
to
the
get that
commercials that just come on the regular radio, I'm like, oh geez, shut that off.
Be careful, you're offending the spark.
Shot time. I don't have a shot glass.
I don't
There's all
It's
shit.
a
there's
lady
right
shot.
right
It's
here.
a lady shot, Blake.
It's
Let
lady
me have
shot.
it.
Sorry. Reach, my guys.
Where's
Ah,
where's
my
thy
whole
whiskey?
damn shirt's coming on.
Where's thy whiskey?
Oh, it's getting out of that.
We
Nate's
got
over here showing tits.
over there.
You're not allowed. You have to drive.
Mr. Vader.
Showing
Yeah.
titties. Okay, let's get juicy.
Can I have another beer though? I'm a little parched.
Let's get juicy, guys. So I want to talk about
Make sure the door closes.
this Keystone Pipeline.
Hey, what kind is that he has?
I want to talk to everyone in this room, and I want someone to honestly explain to me how in the fucking world shutting down the Keystone Pipeline was a good idea.
It wasn't a good idea.
You think like I do? Shut up.
Hey,
Shut
you
up.
voted against it, so.
Did you vote for Biden?
Hey, whoa! I did
Whoa.
not.
I did not just go there.
Hold
Whoa.
on. I did not vote for him to shut down the Keystone Pipeline.
I know, but
It was
between the lines.
predictable, though.
Yeah.
It was
He
predictable.
knew he was gonna do it. He said he was gonna do it.
I don't know though.
I mean,
surprises.
he also said he wants to bring us together.
Here's my
Look how
thing.
that's going.
Can I defend myself
He said
first?
It's gonna be a deep
Can
dark
I-
vote.
Hey, I was asked the question. Can I defend it?
Yes, please do.
So, Biden, like every president trying to become president, is going to promise 1,000 things. So yes,
Well, yeah.
Biden
And
did
they can't
promise
come through with all of them.
1,000 things,
They all
and I weighed my benefits and weighed the odds and said, okay, depending on what EOs he has right off the bat, we'll be okay. And absolutely, there's going to be things that we're going to disagree with because he is a Democratic president and there are hardcore liberals that are going to be in his ear like a bee. But I didn't see a full shutdown of the Keystone Pipeline coming. I did not see that coming.
No, because I absolutely did.
Oh, me too.
Here,
Absolutely.
here's why.
Well,
Here's
He
why.
promised he
Trump
wouldn't
did it.
ban
So he's
fracking.
gonna
We all-
undo it.
But look
So
what's happening.
we all know.
Cheers.
Cheers, bud.
All right,
100
So
it.
before I go into my rant, cheers.
Rabbit hole.
Where's the whiskey at? Can you pass me the actual?
Oh, cheers, buddy.
All right.
So we all know Joe Biden's son has stakes in the Ukraine gas company out
He's
there, right?
crooked as a $3 bill.
Why wouldn't he shut down the cheapest access for us to have to oil? Why wouldn't he shut that down?
Money? Of course.
He's gonna get so much money for shutting it down.
No, I see where you're
They're
coming
gonna
from.
buy
Racking
his
that
oil.
money in overseas. Not only that,
They're
Not
buying
only-
Biden's oil.
not only that. Now, because we shut down that pipeline, we have to use trucks to transport whatever oil and gas from
Trucks and
up
trains.
north. Yeah.
From the ships coming across the...
Things that
Well, it's
keep
also
you
talked.
in a
What
job.
was it like 10,000?
See, but this is why I
Or
didn't
more?
think it would happen.
100.
Because
100,000
you
jobs?
just explained it is not green efficient. If he wants to be green and he wants to
He
put up
doesn't
for
give a
these...
fuck about being green.
Hold on.
He wants to get the green.
Amen.
It doesn't make
He's
sense,
not just
though.
lying in his
No, wait.
pockets,
He just
he's
made
not
your
lying.
point for you.
It doesn't make sense because the pipeline is going to move fuel, make it cheaper for our fuel, and make Canada and Mexico benefit off of the profits instead of
Yeah.
Russia and Saudi Arabia. Which I,
But
like
I
most
also
people
just
in
said
this
that
room,
Joe
And China.
would
Biden
agree.
was also going to be profiting out of that because his son has stakes in the gas companies over there.
Don't you see, Blake?
I just don't really I just don't really think that Biden is gonna blatantly.
If you are going to
Biden wouldn't if it was
maximize
just up to him.
Blake, if you're
He's
going to
been told what to do.
maximize the dollar in your pocket, you are going to shut down every competition you can.
And
To
tell people
increase
whatever
that-
they want to hear
Yes.
to get you to where you want to be.
It is business.
And if he thinks people want to hear him talk about...
you guys are talking about it like he is
A puppet.
conspiring against America.
I did
No,
not.
He's a puppet.
I did
No, I'm saying
No,
this is
no,
what you're
no,
saying.
Blake.
You're describing it like.
No, Blake. I said that he is using these gas companies to maximize the dollar in his pocket. That was it. He is maximizing as much money as he can before he retires. Before he fucking dies. He's a legacy for
Before
his
he
A
gets
children.
conspiring against America.
What is it? 14th
Did I say conspiring against
Pretty much,
America?
pretty much.
No.
Pretty much. So
No.
you're saying that Biden would rather get rich instead of help Americans have
Yes.
cheaper gasoline and oil and
100%.
Yes.
and help us transition to green?
Yes.
There's a
we have enough
I
possibility.
just
Oil?
don't agree
We have
with
enough
that. I
oil
just
and
don't
gas
agree with that.
in
That's
between Texas and Alaska. Our country has enough gas and oil for ourselves to preserve for 200 years, which will allow us
Oh wait.
to then move to this more green energy that he wants.
Are you aware
How
that
many years
in
worth of
hold
fuel
on.
is over
Are
there,
you
though?
aware that
Maybe we
in
should save ours
November,
for last.
just this past November 2020, I believe, is the first time in history that we have never had to import oil.
I remember hearing.
I don't know
about
how accurate that is
first
because
time
we absolutely
it was-
import oil.
It was
We
the
still
first
do,
time in history
weren't
that we have
dependent on it
ever
for the
been
first time.
energy independent. First
Now
time
we
in
are again.
history.
Well, like I said, I don't know how accurate that is because we absolutely still import oil at an insane rate.
it. And it depends on which fact checkers you listen to.
Right.
Think about that.
So I mean,
I
I
have trouble
don't
believing pretty much
personally
anything.
agree with that because a lot. Look at this. Remember when this summer when there was 99-cent gas and there was the gas stations right across the street that couldn't go under $1.50?
Wait, when was
No.
gas of 99 cents? Holy shit.
Are you joking?
Yeah, in Albert at High Tech.
Show me where the heck this was.
It was
I
at
got
Albert.
a
I
flyer on
I
that.
got
would
fuel.
have been buying a tanker truck and I would have been filling up.
They were eliminating it.
So, anyways,
I don't give a damn.
there was gas stations that had
Yeah.
dollar
Get me
gas,
filled.
$1 a gallon, and then right across the street would be anywhere from $1.50 to $1.30 maybe was the cheapest some people could go. Those people that went down to $1 gasoline, they had contracts with Saudi Arabia and Russia. That's why they could sell gas for nothing. And those people that had $1.30, $1.50 gas had American contracts. So that when Saudi Arabia had their big cut and they were selling barrels of gas for fucking nothing, and American gas companies could not do that, or else they would go bankrupt.
What timeline are you
Well,
talking about?
the thing is
Summertime,
Saudi
last
Arabia
summer.
couldn't do that either, but they did it. Do you know why? Competition.
During COVID.
They needed to sell it.
I just
because,
don't-
Okay, think about it this way.
We did it
If
last
you
year
have
when
a
COVID,
product
no one was driving,
and you
guys. We had mass
cannot
supply of
sell
gasoline.
it, you're out 100% anyways. So would you rather be out 100% or would you rather sell that product at 50% discount and get half your money back?
Oh no, yeah,
Rather than
I
none
get
of
it.
your money
I
back.
get it. Yeah.
That's how competition and capitalism
New Year's actually
works.
happened.
You're right about that, but at the same time,
True capitalism.
those people in this capitalism system are going to buy from Saudi Arabia and Russia.
I know.
Every fucking time if you explain it like that. Because they have cheaper gasoline than America.
You can tell the gas.
Why would
stations
they
do
buy
that too.
local gasoline when they can get it for a quarter of that from Russia?
That's how it goes back and forth.
That's the freedom of capitalism.
Yeah.
That's the freedom of a free market.
No, and I get that.
Because then
But-
the other people have to lower their prices because these guys are selling lower.
Competition.
And eventually,
If you don't wanna sell your shit.
the market equals out. But it's that initial. It's that
initial fight.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
initial fight of establishing what the actual price is going to be, and that's why capitalism is so great. Which we
No, wait,
do
it
not
makes
We
have.
never
sense.
put
It
value.
makes sense
Do not
that
have
we made
capitalism.
enough
We have
oil
an
last year to
oligarchy
sustain us
now
because
in the
we
United
probably
States.
didn't do much driving and oil usage last
I'm
year
not even
because of
saying-
COVID.
I'm,
All right,
I'm talking
touche.
about untapped.
Right.
Touche
But
though.
the
Untapped
point,
oil.
the point
For
is,
two.
is we were
Shout out
completely
to
energy
Janelle.
independent until Biden did.
I heard
what
her
he
say
did.
that like 2 minutes ago, but I didn't want to like. I love you.
Biden signed over
I am
like,
giving
on, like
the shout
50
out.
executive orders already.
So much.
Reversing
35,
all kinds of-
35.
I read
No,
through
no, it's been more
35.
than that. It's more than that. I know it was over 45.
It's over 40.
That goes against everything you were just saying, though. Do you understand that? Like, you were justifying for the past year. We didn't have the need to import last year because of COVID. We had a mass supply of gasoline
And
last
it's
year.
not
But
even
it-
that.
So
it's
prices
still-
were able to
it's-
go down that
That's
low because
exactly.
the demand was not there for gasoline.
They're trying to get
I
people
have
moving and
pictures on
traveling.
my phone of it,
No,
99
no.
cents.
Motivation.
Yes.
Why do you think
Buy
plane
gas.
tickets
Okay,
are so
it
cheap?
makes
fucking
sense.
did, but
It
it was
makes sense
retarded.
that we produced enough oil in this country to sustain our own government.
Yeah.
But the fact that we
Let me
did
Blake,
is
let me correct
different.
you. Let me correct you because I said we have the resources
Yeah.
for to
art-
tap into, the natural resources to tap into for the next 200 years
Mhm.
to sustain our own economy.
Dude, I'm not gonna disagree with you that us pulling
That's what I was saying.
us pulling
That's what I
oil
said.
out of Canada, America, and Mexico and distributing it through America, meaning Canada, America, and South America. I don't disagree with you.
Well, I mean, okay, you can compare and contrast. At the beginning of COVID, we were dependent on China for our pharmaceuticals. And how did that fare for us?
I mean, that's debatable though because there's places
They gave
in
us
Europe. There's places in Europe that we have mass contracts with too that could take over what we buy
But
from
why-
China.
Okay, but when
sometimes
you're
to see what
when you're
happens.
looking at a situation like COVID and everything goes to hell, why would you want to be dependent on another country for something so so important like pharmaceuticals?
Well, I mean,
why wouldn't you make
It only
so
makes
that
sense
it's-
for
it's-
us to be dependent on another country because we have dealt with COVID the worst out of any country.
Okay. But my point is,
But it makes sense for us to ask for outside help, don't you agree?
Right, but at the same time, this is America. We have the ability to be independent in everything. We should be independent
That's
in
what our
energy. We should be
that's what our
independent on our
Constitution
pharmaceuticals.
and our
We
Declaration
shouldn't
of
have
We
to.
could be.
We are one right
We
now.
should
We're
World
one
government
of
doesn't
the
want
richest
that to
countries in the
happen.
world. We should be able to be.
I don't know if I
independent
want
in
that to happen
everything.
either, because as soon as a country or a province goes independent, they get attacked and they go to war.
Well,
You have to have outside allies. You have to have
Not
outside
nec-
trades.
not
You have to have
necessarily.
outside contracts.
No, not
You have to
necessarily.
keep your people happy so they have your back.
Right, but if you're independent, your prices on everything is lower because it's made here and you're not having to pay for everything to get imported. But at the same time, you can make those prices and make those things at such quantity that you can help out other nations. And isn't that what America is about? Is being able to take care of ourselves first, Trump, and then be able
And
to
then
help
back up
our
to-
neighbors.
Whatever country you run should come
That's-
first,
it's
not other countries.
But that's human nature.
And
Why? Aren't
and,
we
and
putting-
take it into a smaller scale, okay?
But
Would
that's
you- no,
totally
no, no.
opinion,
Would- okay,
whether we're
you
putting
make
our
your money.
country first other
You
than
work
others.
hard for your money, correct?
Yeah,
And your first priority is your family, correct?
yeah.
Okay, what if I were to tell you you have to take care of my family before you take care of your family?
That's not how it works. though.
Boom.
That's
But
just
that's
a
what it
can't
is.
be
that's
that
just an
literally
opinion
exactly
on
the
how
same
you
thing.
how you look at the order.
Perspective. But
It's just changing the perspective.
No,
So
no,
basically she's making-
absolutely
No, no, no,
not.
hold on.
It
Wait,
is it is
wait,
you
hold on.
getting your
No, no, no,
money
no,
and
we need- hold
paying taxes towards the government, and you get to. I didn't get to choose what taxes went to during
We're not-
Clinton,
We're
Trump,
not going
Bush,
to.
anyone.
We
Never
don't
did,
get
but-
that choice.
There's
Hold
never
on.
been such a
But
thing
at
as
the
you
same
get a
time,
choice.
No.
I agree with my money going to help other countries be our allies, are less
So
beneficial,
wait, you're
people
saying
in our
paying for
country
friendship?
get through life and not die of starvation and shit.
You know, they call that prostitution, right?
Taylor, what were you gonna say?
When you pay
I,
for
I,
friendship.
we no.
Nothing.
You need to. You were gonna say something.
She had something on her mind.
So-
You're no.
Yeah, I want to hear
And,
it.
and of all people,
I want to hear it.
being the youngest one
Gotta hear
here,
Taylor.
yeah, I have an opinion.
you need
What
to.
do
Say,
have
I want
say?
you to say something.
You're loud.
Man.
Especially since you.
So I'm 18 years old, and I think it's all bullshit. I think that's all bullshit. I think
What's all bullshit? High five.
Everything.
All of
Hit
it.
that
all
button.
of it.
I was gonna say everyone can say that's all bullshit, but you gotta explain it.
Now we're gonna
All
pause,
right,
though.
here we go.
We're gonna wait for Blake to come back.
yeah,
because
we need-
He's the
I
main
need-
person
I-
for
I
this
really-
argument is against.
He needs
I'm
to
just
hear
gonna
it.
make that
I can't understand perspective.
This
It's not the same thing.
What if she's the only
This
one
is
on like
honestly.
It's just not
Why
a
would
Blake
you
needs to
hear
hear it. You have to
It's
hear
literally
it.
all it is.
You
This is
cannot
great.
take
I
care
love
of-
this.
The thing
We need to
is,
be
is
around
you cannot
'cause
take care
He always
of
needs
other
to do it here,
people
right?
if
You
you're
love
not
your moves,
first
bud.
taken care of. You know what I
Why
mean?
should
And
you
that
not
works on
equal
every
That's the
level,
golden
whether
one,
it's
bro.
your
Ninja.
Thank you.
household, whether it's your immediate
Seven
family, or your friends, or your county,
Like,
or
see
your
what I put up
state,
with?
But
or
I
your
truly,
country, or
It's buzzing
I
again.
truly
Buzzing
believe
again.
that we're playing a game right now.
Oh,
Like it's all absolutely game. Like,
There it is.
why are we
Monopoly?
still even?
Thank you.
Why haven't more people stood up and been like, "Whoa, what the?"
Yeah,
Sorry,
why is this
cuss?
happening?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Like, why aren't more people
That's
like,
what
"This is not right. This is not."
We
what
are,
America
but
is
how do
So-
we do anything about it? It's like, what can you
Freedom
do
of speech.
without being
Like-
just?
Oh, well, we're being silenced
Thank
right
you.
now. When
Absolutely,
we make
but,
certain
like,
speech,
we
they're like, hey,
can-
you're censored. We don't want
we-
them
And
to
with
hear that.
protests,
I've
No,
never been
so-
censored in my life.
silence, but
we-
I.
There's
because
no
you say the right
censoring
things.
here, guys.
It's hard.
We
because-
can.
Because they've been silenced and
We
younger
can do
generations
something
are
about it.
realizing they're being silenced, but y'all are speaking up. Like,
It's
we're
nice
trying
to
do
hear the
so.
younger
Yeah.
generation
So
say
we
something.
we
I think you're on
can
the
do
right
something
track.
about it.
Yeah,
But once you figure it out, let us fucking know, because we want to try and help.
but I hate to say it, but I also think that you guys and the generation after you are the problem. I think you are the problem.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so
I-
sorry,
You are
David.
absolutely
I
stuck in our
100%
mindset, and
agree
it's
that our
just-
generation is the
It's
problem.
stupid. Why are you stuck
Because
in this
our-
mindset that
What
I-
mindset? No, hold on. Let her explain
I
herself.
think our parents are. I will say that.
Absolutely,
I think it's my
yes.
parents.
Wait,
generation.
go further. I want you to
Yeah,
explain
I-
yourself.
no,
Yeah, I
elaborate
don't
on this.
understand. I don't
Okay. I think
understand
you're
what
onto
you're
something.
saying. I
I
really
think
don't.
you guys are absolutely stuck in this way. Not you guys, but definitely
We get
the
it.
generation of.
The generation, absolutely.
I think you guys just are stuck in this way that, especially with like religion. but
This
that's a
has to
whole
be
other
the
thing.
way.
Yeah, this
This
has
is
to
the
be
way.
Like this is the only answer. This is the only path you have to take. When there are so many, 1,000 other paths that you could take, and you just have to open your mind and realize it. It's amazing.
Times just have evolved, and so many things have been a certain way for so long, and that's okay. We can keep values, but things do have to evolve.
Some people
So-
take
Like, we evolve in
conservatism a
general,
little
so
too
that's
far,
it.
Can you
where
give me
it's
an-
like
can you give me an example?
preservatism
Like the
instead of.
Constitution. in
They're,
general.
they're trying to
The
look too hard.
Wait, say that again. Hold on, say that again.
I don't know. I
Conservatism
take that back.
has turned into
We have too many
preservatism.
people
Yeah.
talking.
Yes.
I
Too many
fucking
people
totally
talking.
agree.
If
Some
you
people are
consider
so
pessimism.
stuck in conservatism as the definition meaning as it is in fucking the dictionary
Oh,
The holy book
that
of
it has
bullshit.
turned into preservation. Like it has turned into like
So what are we becoming?
like
Egyptians?
I want us to be
We're
like
starting to
we
preserve-
were
we're
in the
starting
20s.
All right, so
Yeah, are we
Not
talking
even
mummies
that.
now?
So-
bro?
Yeah, we're starting.
That
to
brings
that
up
point
this-
where we're gonna
that-
start
Not even
preserving
that.
mummies.
70s
We're gonna start building pyramids, and we're gonna start getting to that point where we're just gonna preserve all of our greatest assets.
Me and Devin
In
have
quotes.
said for a year now, actually longer than that, as long as we've known each
In
other,
fact, we already
that
have.
the zombie apocalypse would change the world for the better.
For the better.
Well, it'd be a sort of.
It's gonna be
cleansing,
shitty
you
for
know?
a little bit.
Well,
Oh yeah, for a little
Yeah, that
while.
would be fine.
I just think it would cleanse the world and
Just
it
a
would
few decades, bro.
be
It'll
a
go
jump
away.
start.
Does
It would
that
be
have
a
something
restart.
to do with the George Guidestones?
No,
You guys heard about those?
it's just purely
You talk about that?
speculation
I've heard
on
about
what
it.
I think
Yeah,
From you,
needs to
probably.
keep a
the
world
world would turn
population
into once
below
it's all over.
400 million,
Yeah, it would file out the people
something like that.
Yep.
can't survive.
That's some
I hate
weird
to say it, but
cryptic
can't
shit.
survive.
And I don't
I
want to
some
say that
anonymous
it's gonna
guy
work
put it
out
up in
the
the middle of
Hey,
Indiana.
so-
If we
the bad
still lived
genes,
more
but it
people
is.
and we didn't
Yeah,
make all this shit and
absolutely.
have all this waste.
we
then
need to
probably have
stop
more.
all the side conversations because through the headphones I hear everyone and everything. It's going to be hard to follow for everyone. I am just throwing that out there.
It's number 100.
We got excited.
But I understand that.
no
but,
double conversations.
But
Alright.
if you hear 3-4 conversations, people are gonna end up just like, I'm
yeah,
done.
no double conversations.
Because
Thank you for
I'm-
calling that out.
I'm almost about to just walk out.
Nice
because it's
elbow pads.
just- I know. I saw that.
You're not allowed to walk out. You're co-host. You have to
Get those
just.
gold
That's why I
pads
can
on.
walk out,
No, you have
Too
to just
strong.
speak up and be like, "Hey, shut up, everyone."
like I just did. Thank you.
Yeah, like that. I like that. All right.
Tell me to shut the fuck
I'm gonna
up.
give you guys a topic that we can run around the room again. So, lately, and in the January bullshit, and actually it's been for the last 6 months, people have been talking about civil wars and how you kind of just brought this up about why do people not stand up. You understand that a civil war would not be between a left or a right. It would not be versus a political group and another political group. It would be whoever decided to start getting violent,
Ashtray.
they would be against the U.S. government.
Yes.
So, this civil war talk that goes around...
Thank you.
Free
So
people
with
the
that,
government.
here's my question.
No, take it.
Here's my
take it
question
from
for
there,
everyone in this room.
baby doll.
Is it time for a new constitution and declaration of independence?
Absolutely.
What makes you say that? Just because
What's
the
so
times
bad-
have
reaction?
changed?
That's what's so bad about the current
No,
one.
I am asking
But
in
maybe that's
general,
my
do you
generation.
think it is time for us to amend the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence?
That's pretty quick. We can go around the room. Yes and yes, or yes or no. Dominique
Yes.
and
Yes.
Maybe.
and
I mean, the Declaration of Independence was what happened back then, so no on that one. Constitution? I mean, we could amend certain things, I guess, but
So
I
maybe and
believe
maybe
most of
pretty
it the way it's
much.
Okay.
written. I feel
How
like
many
you have
of
to
you
be
have
raised
actually
to
read the
appreciate it and respect it.
Constitution?
I had to written it multiple times.
Okay.
So,
Written
yeah.
it?
I had to. And
Write it, whatever the fuck.
I haven't
can't
read.
say
I
to
haven't.
this day I remember the
I
whole
haven't
thing.
read the whole thing in
Years,
10 years.
years.
I
Okay.
had to read it.
But that just shows you how old it is. And how
Yeah.
many things have
Yeah.
changed since then, and how many.
There's
Well,
shit
and
that
that's-
has changed.
And I think
That's what
there
I
are
think.
things that should remain the same, and there should be a foundation, and we should have things that we're
My
based
so
upon and our
It
morals
was
and
put
what we
in place to
believe
prevent
in.
tyranny.
It was.
my biggest the
Right.
reason
Except
why
for at that point.
the reason why I ask
Yeah,
is because when they wrote the Constitution, they didn't think about senators and House reps serving 40, 50 years in Congress.
Yeah.
They didn't think about that.
That was
Well,
barely
they
life
also-
expectancy.
So
back then.
when I think of amending the Constitution and Declaration, it needs to start with term limits at that level, at Congress's level.
Term limits are a must. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I agree with that. But here's the thing. We have to remember that's Ellie. And
There's Stampede.
There.
Stampede.
the thing is when they wrote the Constitution, you have to realize that these people literally came out of a monarchy / dictatorship. So they knew what the fuck they were talking about in order to have a free society. And I think, for the most part, the Constitution is brilliant.
Yeah, I don't.
They were
So,
smarter back
I
then.
I 100.
I agree.
I
Down
agree.
in-
I agree
think
with
there
that.
are
agree.
I agree with
minute
that.
Changes. That's
So
all
I-
I'm saying.
I do
There are
agree.
small
It's
changes
right on the
that
verge
world
of
has
timeless,
changed.
but there
Yeah.
is some things that need
That's
to be
all I'm
updated
saying.
because
That's why
of the
I
times.
say amend it.
Yes.
Because
Okay, so
Because
give me an
during-
example of what
during-
you would amend.
the term limits.
Okay, I agree with that.
That would
Yeah.
be that is the biggest one that I would amend.
But amendments only get you
Be-
so far. That's my whole.
So what would you change about it?
Or how would you rewrite it?
I don't know. I feel like most of the structural
That's something
things
a little
are
bigger
very-
to call someone out on the spot.
Well,
'Cause,
you
like,
never
we
said
would've-
if you would-
Well, how
We
do
would
you
have
make it better?
literally
Change
had
or
to
not?
Couple
done
things we can
constitutional
change to make it
research
better,
before we
but-
talked about this to be able to answer a question like that.
Not necessarily.
I think
'Cause
most of
I
the
don't- I don't-
structural things are right.
I don't know. You guys may be a lot smarter than me, but I couldn't just tell you right off the top of my head what is outdated in the Constitution.
250 years ago when they wrote that, yes, they wrote that ahead of their time.
Absolutely, it was almost it was
Yeah.
damn near timeless.
It was timeless.
Almost
But the only thing that
90%.
the only thing
90,
that I can
90%.
think of that they didn't was the term limits, because they were morally humble people.
Society had a different moral
They had,
structure.
the structure of their
Yeah.
morality was different. Where,
We're pretty sloppy now.
yeah.
Well, and a lot of
I'm-
people,
to be nice.
a lot of those guys had a very rebellious attitude that knew that.
They did, but they were proper. I mean, they wore those nice powdered wigs and those.
No, I'm more saying
They
of-
were proper,
of
though.
they knew how shit could go sour, and them all getting together once they all formed in America, they knew the bad things that can happen, and they knew how people were manipulated in power, and they knew that if they wrote things with a broad but at the same time precise kind of context, that they could speak to a lot of people with one fucking simple phrase.
with
And they had fucking 100 of them.
they talk about one thing and then do the exact opposite, because there's that fine line.
Well, and I think that's why the rules and the constitutional laws and all that was written the way they were, because they knew how to manipulate power. They knew, okay, well, I've done this, so let's make it so you can't do this.
Except they weren't very specific on it. They just left it completely
That's what I'm
open.
saying about the they
They-
left it
in
in a
all-
broad term,
If you amended
but
it
it was
to be very
precise
specific
enough.
and very
to-
precise, it would honestly benefit everybody.
I
Nobody
think
can
the whole
Exactly.
say
thing's gotta go.
you're
Exactly.
infringing on my rights. You're doing this, which
And
is
yet-
no.
Yeah.
You.
Exactly.
It's written right here. Here's the exact sentence. Here's the exact time. Here's everything. You cannot do this. You can't argue against that you're not doing this. No, it's right there, bud. Shut your damn mouth
And
go about your day.
Yeah.
And that's
yet
all that
Woodrow
we would have-
Wilson decided
if we
to
went
sign that
very
all over in
precisely on
1913.
Not only first, second, but every single thing when it came down to it. We could literally eliminate,
Let's-
I'm hoping, and honestly, 50% of the freaking issues that are in today's society about our rights.
What would it take in politics for there to be enough bipartisanship for them to do that? To rewrite something so fragile as that
Start
document?
over. Start
It would
over on.
take
Get
the
rid of
abolishment
everybody
of
that has
both the
more than a
Democrats and
5-year.
Republican parties.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Because
You'd
if-
almost
if
have to
you
have a
if you
civil
don't have
war.
the fresh
You'd have to
ideas
have a
coming in,
falling out.
But
If
what's,
you don't have
but
fresh
what's
ideas
so
and you have old world
confusing-
views,
Right.
like if we bring in younger generations, they see all the bullshit that's going on. We don't want to admit it.
It's all about
We
knowledge.
feel like they're just being smart asses and talking back to us. No, they're pretty perceptive.
Every
over
time
a
you
lot of
get
the stuff
every
that-
time you get that kid that is obsessed with history,
There's
watch
little
out for that
kids
kid.
There's little kids that have more of a vision than all of us in this room to put together.
Absolutely.
Like there's 5
It's
years
because
old.
it's fresh in their heads, though.
Exactly.
A lot of us get in this day-to-day routine and forget everything.
And
Literally,
that's
that's what
another
you're saying,
issue.
though.
But
You
if
here's-
you were to
ask
bring
for,
in the
like,
younger
all
generation
the
of senators,
Rather than
congressmen,
Get rid of it all.
even just anything into our actual structural system for our
That's the
government,
Second Amendment.
there
Yeah,
would be
it is.
so many things that we honestly could fix. And honestly, I feel like all of us would just be a little bit better. We wouldn't be arguing as much over little bullshit things like microscopic details
I think.
of whether or not you can.
What do
or
you think
cannot
about
have
taking
this,
away
or
the
you cannot
president for a
say-
couple years? Us not having a president for a couple years.
Self-governed.
So,
Yeah.
But
So-
wait a minute.
Whoa.
Like,
I mean,
You're talking
but
about
By
that's-
the people,
that's
for the
governed by
people.
just one structural
By the
system.
people,
much
for the
that
people.
So
how
that's
much
like
of
that's
this
like
is
that's like if the queen were to die and there's no royal bloodline, then it's just parliament in charge.
No, your state governors would still be in charge. They would still have full access
That's
to
what I'm saying.
the.
Like parliament is basically
the military
considered our
and
state
everything.
Governors is it's like the UK version of senators. That's all parliament is, in a sense of words.
So you're talking
It
about
was
being
just
ran at
a
the state
thought.
level.
It was just a thought.
You're
Yeah.
Dropping all this fucking
So
bipartisanship of
rather
who's
than-
running the country and it going down to a state level.
So okay. So rather than being ran,
Do you think it
By-
would kind
at
of
a
get rid of
national
the
Because the
level.
voting's
bipartisanship?
fucked up and
Be
our voices are
ran
not
at a
actually being
state
heard the way they're
level.
supposed to be.
Do you
heard.
think it would get rid of
Crooked.
get rid of at least some of the bipartisanship?
I feel
though?
like it would.
I do
The
too.
whole thing
Because
needs to be fixed.
we
The whole
can't
thing
do
needs
anything
to
You're
be
anymore.
eliminating
The whole thing has
you're
to be
basically
recreated.
essentially eliminating the parties, in a sense of fashion.
That sounds fantastic.
There's no
Yeah.
more Republican Democrat. It's
That'd be
you're
awesome.
you're
You
solely
are
responsible for your
creating
state.
a
If you
whole
make
new
one bad
system.
choice, you're gone. Your state's gonna get rid of you.
Voting
They're not-
needs to be fixed.
I
how
feel
are
like
even if you were in Rhode Island,
Well,
you're,
they're
you're
still
the governor
gonna
of Rhode
have-
Island, you still have what? How many
They're
million?
still
there's-
gonna have the left
there's a
and the
flaw
right.
to all of this, though.
They're still gonna have conservative and liberal,
If
and
you
then the
don't-
people in the middle.
can I just
She needs to
Everyone
talk.
thinks-
She's
I-
about
I-
to lose her mind.
She-
Let her
I
speak.
love the fact that Taylor
let me
wants to
just
talk, and this is the
interject
kind of perspective we need on this.
real
She's
quick.
been raising her hands.
What?
She is shaking
I
and
want to hear
shimmying.
what she
Let
has
her
to
talk.
say, but let me interject just real quick. How much of this could literally be cleared up if we actually were taught all of our history?
Oh yeah.
If we
Been a lot
knew
of-
our
yeah.
history and why they wrote things the way they did, there would be absolutely no confusion whatsoever. And now I want to
It's
hear what
because you
she
have to
has
baby
I-
the kids.
I agree.
It's because you have to baby the kids.
You
You
poor
have to
thing.
you have to
I agree.
coax them into it.
I agree to disagree.
You have to coax the kids into it. So
I
by
agree.
the time
I
they're
agree.
middle
Lean
school
in
and
and
high
start
school,
going.
that's when you really lay it on them about history and what the fuck has really happened.
Absolutely,
See,
but how much of us know
I-
all of our history? There's so
We
much.
think we
Okay,
know.
it's February,
The
right?
people
It's
that pay
Black History
attention, the
Month.
people that pay
It's
attention.
Black History Month. There's so much about Black history that Woodrow Wilson completely nixed from our education system. There are so many Black heroes in the Civil War and the Revolutionary War that none of us have. We don't know their names, and they were amazing hits.
Absolutely.
So that's why I
Absolutely.
agree to disagree. it goes down to the teachers not being able to teach certain things
Because of the unions.
because of the union.
Gotta
But
respect
at the
it.
same
Low battery.
time, now that we are in a technological
Hit it again.
era,
No, hit the button again.
we have those resources to find
You're good.
the truth, which is why we are
Jelly roll, I got
in the
you.
predicament
I like
we
it.
are now.
Right, but you everybody knows the age-old saying history repeats itself. Why does history repeat itself? Because we erase its history, and so it's an
Burn the
It's
books.
always
happen
erased.
over and over again.
Yes.
If we don't erase history and we make it a priority to teach ourselves first and our children of all of the history, then history wouldn't repeat itself because we know what's going to happen if we do X, Y, or Z. That's why I think history is so important, and it has completely been destroyed.
I don't think it's been destroyed. I just don't think it's been.
It's been rewritten.
No. It's
Start reading your daughter's history books when they come around.
I don't want to say this. It's been PG'd. It's been toned down to not be violent, and that's exactly
It's
what
been
history
muddled.
is.
It's been muddled.
It's been toned down for our kids to understand history in this simple yet
Based only
Plain-
They make it
This-
good and
Oh,
goddamn
only
boring,
when
so you
America
get
did good.
disinterested in it.
or like they think of it as a fucking movie. Like it's
Did you guys
it's,
ever
it's a
watch
fairy
America
tale.
did good?
It's a fairy tale.
But we don't.
But
Hold on, I want to hear what Tyler has
Yeah.
to say.
How would you describe the way they teach it now?
I think that they teach us that. I think the only bad part that they teach us is like us with the Indians. Is that we just, or Native Americans, that we, you know,
I mean, that
force
is fucked
them
up.
and all that
Oh.
stuff. That's the only bad part that they ever show the Americans doing bad. Other
What
than
about
leaving
slavery?
Britain.
Because I feel like I'm
Slavery
hearing
was
more.
more of like a
James,
civil
can you
thing.
like just hit the side
You know
of
what
the
I
mic real
mean?
quick?
Like half of America
There
was
you go.
like,
You're good.
okay, this is not right. This is definitely not right.
It was
then
a
the other half was
50-50
like,
thing.
wrong with
yeah,
that thing?
and then the other half
North
was like,
said no,
but
South
this
said
makes
yes.
sense. Yeah.
So how do you feel about all of the schools and other properties in California taking down the name of like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson?
Slave owners.
Because they were slave owners, and they completely discount all of the good stuff they did.
But
they
I
did
think
for the
this
country.
count. I think this.
I think that's
Back
this
in
is
the
Hold
day,
on.
the
what
way it
she-
worked.
Can
I
I-
want to know
No,
what
no,
she.
that's a good
The
question.
reason I
want
want to
to
know
hear
what
this.
she has to think about it is because she has gone
Most
through our
recent time school.
education system the most recently.
Honestly,
Sorry.
to be fair, I was expelled like 3 years ago. I only made it to sophomore year. I haven't been to school for a while. You know, I didn't graduate. none of that.
You are the
but
most
that's-
recent in
But
school
that's
still.
why
Yeah,
I'm
you're
most
still the most-
interested in what you have to say because you're the closest to what's actually being taught in our education
Thanks for
public
listening, Alex.
education system today. Because that's different. I'm gonna be 40 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
My schooling was way different than your schooling was.
I think it's society. I honestly think it's just the way that we look at it. I don't know. We fucked.
No. Oh no.
I'm saying we fucked.
Yeah, it's fun.
Not
I
right.
think.
I think. Hold on. I think it's a total contradiction to say that we should teach all this history that we had that was dark history, but then say that we shouldn't bring light to the fact that regardless of if they were leaders or not, they were still slave owners, and we should pull down the statues. I think it's totally contradictive of itself. Like to say one thing and then say the other thing.
So you disagree with tearing down the statues?
No, I agree with tearing down the statues.
Why?
I agree that we should bring light to this dark history we had. But at the same time,
erasing
these
it, so we
statues
can
that
start
we
repeating it
have,
again, like she said?
these statues that we have in front of colleges and universities, I don't think that they should be destroyed, but they should definitely be pulled down and maybe put in a
that's
fucking museum and someone should get a plaque in front of
I
them
mean, if they actually
explaining
make
that
museums
yes,
for everything they
this
tear down,
person
I'm down with
was
that.
vital in our
I agree.
expansion of
Education
our
has to be
country,
tied to that.
but this is why this statue has been
Yes.
pulled down.
People tore them down because they were not thought of and remembered as also they were slave owners and how that hurts people who those were their ancestors. And our common day, people in newer generations try to realize that in more situations. So if it was in a museum where you're getting that education with it, whilst respecting the man for the things he did, but also we're understanding that back in that time, slavery was a thing. He was a slave owner. That's not fucking okay. That's not a thing anymore. But you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to see both sides, but not
Like
everybody
them
can.
dumping Benjamin Franklin into the Philadelphia River, that was unfucking called for. Like now the state has to go retrieve that out of the fucking river. I just think, yes, pulling down a statue has monumental reasonings. But first of all, you should do it legally. You should go to the fucking courts. They will pull it down in a smart way so you don't destroy it. And they will move it to the fucking museum.
I commented to my family.
It's happened in multiple places that they've done it that way.
I understood the people who were mad about it. I never would get to that level of anger because, like he said, if there's a reason you want to do something, like protesters, every big protest that's even been, like, you can even go back to BLM. I can't remember big protests where it's like, okay, this is what they fucking want. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I support this because they have literally all of this to say. You know what I'm saying? So someone presented that, like
BLM
tearing it down. No, that's like you're not getting your point across in the best way, and you're causing more crime.
It was under half.
Some people like just causing problems.
Exactly.
The BLM protests were. Me and Devin were just trying to remember this. It was in the 40s. I want to say it was 43%. 43% of all Black Lives Matter protests were peaceful.
Oh no, it was higher than that.
No, it was under half.
No.
It was higher than that. It was
Was it
like
under half?
it was like the 90s.
I thought at least
I
75%.
definitely
No,
thought it was like 80s, 90s. But the only protests that were ever shown by the media were the fiery, peaceful protests.
Yeah.
They never showed the actual peaceful protests down in Texas.
Dude, if it was that high, I would be so surprised because last poll I looked at, it was like under half that Black Lives Matter protests were peaceful. And it would be amazing if they were up in the 80s and 90s and I was wrong.
Paying attention to conservative media last year. I'm not gonna lie.
No, if the Black Lives Matters
thought
were
most of it
90%
was
peaceful, I would be happy as a clam, but I just don't think that's I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true either. I actually agree with you on that, Blake.
I think it's if I remember right, last time I looked at it, it was under half. It was like 40.
93% of BLM protests have been peaceful.
Oh my God.
This is Time magazine.
I was wrong.
Okay, consider the source.
Yeah.
And
Time
then
magazine.
Hold on, CNN.
And then
CNN reposted it.
CNN, about 93% of racial justice protests in the U.S. have been peaceful.
Dude, they must be considering like even the really little ones.
I agree.
So
They have
there's
to be
two.
considering protests.
Groups of people like us.
Yeah, out in Elizabeth.
Yeah,
out in Elizabeth
they're
and
just talking,
Elbert.
they're like, they were
Peacefully
totally peaceful,
protesting.
guys.
We were standing there with a sign. They were like, "That's peaceful."
I mean,
Are they
Whoever-
doing a car wash over
I
there?
wouldn't say that because you have to register with
Whoever
the government if you're gonna
WPDE
actually protest,
says
so
there's
I would hope they're
93%.
not
We're in the
blind.
bikini.
So
With those numbers.
Maybe I was wrong. I looked at a percentage. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like I want to say it was in the 40s.
no, it was just.
But
It was all a ploy.
it makes sense. It makes sense
All,
that
all
the
of
protests
the protests that they showed
were peaceful, but the ones they showed were people going cray.
were going crazy, but
We
they
had
called them
that in the
peaceful.
spring.
That's media,
They
bro.
they called them peaceful.
They planned it all out, set it up.
Yeah. That's-
So
We need
are you saying their
we need
number
to have-
is going off of them calling it peaceful?
We need to have another name
So
for
all of-
crazy
all
people
of-
other than
so
Antifa,
the-
because everyone in this room agrees with the ideological of anti-fascism.
You know how they say.
You know what I mean? Like everyone
Couldn't find
agrees
this stuff
with
in
that.
the movies. This is the movies. They've
Wait,
made this
what?
movies.
Everyone agrees with anti-fascism.
Explain.
The
So,
general
like-
term,
I'm
yes.
a fascist.
So like Hitler was a fascist.
Oh, so you're saying it's like saying water is wet.
Yes.
Okay.
So everyone agrees with anti-fascism.
Oh Jesus, that's a whole
But-
discussion. Oh my god.
But Antifa, everyone gets their panties all up in a bunch because like
Because
extremists
they do things that are against
are
what they say
like.
they believe in.
But that's what I'm saying. I think we need another name for extremists other than Antifa because everyone agrees with anti-fascism.
Yeah.
They just
Their
took the
mess.
name.
It's no.
It's
We
fucked
agree
up,
with
right?
the name. It's the message that they are trying to portray because
It's
it is
fucked
the
up.
exact opposite.
It's
message.
fucked up.
In
How do
its
we do?
way.
Like, how do we get away with
Their
from this?
message is the exact opposite.
The people of Antifa live in opposite worlds.
But how do we get away from a parallel universe that they're living in?
Good question, buddy.
Good luck.
I don't think it's legal to say.
I'm just.
My lawyer has consulted me to not answer this question.
I don't like where you're going there.
I have been informed not to.
We're not allowed
answer
to
that
execute
question.
fellow Americans.
Sure, that was the word we were going with.
Sure.
But I do, you know what I mean? I think the fact that people throw the Antifa word around so much, it bugs me because Antifa, anti-fascism, everyone feels the same about. But the fact that we call an extremist that's doing crazy shit Antifa is just gonna go bad in the future.
Well, they identify as that.
Yeah, they
No.
adopted that name.
I'm
They
just
made it-
saying it's going to go bad in the future. In the future, it's going to
Well,
get out of hand.
I think nobody in here disagrees.
You know how this mis and disinformation campaign has just gone rampant.
They're doing a good job.
The Antifa
Mission
is gonna go
accomplished, guys.
just as
They're
far.
crushing it.
People in the
Going
next
exactly
generation are gonna believe that Antifa, anti-fascism, is bad.
I get what you're saying
Well,
now.
Okay,
I got
yeah,
you.
I get what
Okay.
you're saying. The thing is they say they're Antifa, but what they're doing is supporting fascism.
Agreed.
Like they are. If you just strictly look at their
That's
actions
why we need to
and
change their
define
name
them,
and
they're
not
fascists.
call them
It's all
Antifa.
backwards.
It is. That's why I'm saying they live in opposite lands.
We need
I mean,
to
and
not
it's-
call them
and-
Antifa
they
anymore.
And
provide
you have to
extra
look at,
confusion.
You have to look at Black Lives Matter too. Everybody believes, yes, Black Lives Matter, but so does your life and your life. and
They're
your life.
retarding the language and
They-
confusing
right.
everybody.
So it's like saying water is wet. Yes, I agree. You know,
Okay, it's
but-
half and half though, because there are half of us that think that are really like real and that actually realize that this is not right and all that stuff. And
Well-
then there are others that are just completely blinded and that's part of their parents' fault. Absolutely.
right?
but-
But you
Agree
have
with
to,
that.
But
Yeah.
no,
Some people
But-
are taught to hate.
yeah, I agree.
We all
And-
know that
I
though.
And
agree.
it's
And
recreating your childhood every single day. That's what you're trying to do. It's,
The
it comes
people that
down
killed
to-
Ahmaud Arbery, rest in peace, we're fucking racist.
Mhm.
Yep.
Everybody, absolutely everybody, and I.
They
hate to say
racially
it, but-
profiled him and shot him in the middle of the street because he was a black guy.
I don't know.
I
Oh,
guess
God.
I don't know
Yeah.
the whole story. But
Ahmaud
anyways-
Arbery, rest in
But-
peace.
Right, but
Like,
no, here's my
they're having
point.
a
Here's
chat.
my point. Everybody can agree that Black Lives Matter, right? Just like
Absolutely.
Oh God, don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh my
If
God,
you
but
say
that's
all
different.
lives
No,
matter.
no, wait.
It will
Let
hunt
me
you down.
let
Wait,
me
no.
make my point. Let me make my point.
She's out.
Let
She's
me
allowed to
make
say
my
whatever
point.
she wants. She can say white lives matter. I don't give a fuck.
Oops, sorry.
Everybody's life matters. Black lives
Just
matter.
saying.
Of course they
Everybody can
do.
agree with the saying,
Yes.
but the saying is different than the organization.
Absolutely.
And the organization actually, excuse me, the organization actually believes in dismantling the family unit and doing all sorts of, okay, if Black Lives Matter really believed that Black Lives Matter, then why did they take in billions of dollars of donations and donate it to the Democratic campaign?
I agree.
Instead of,
I agree.
if they really believe that Black Lives Matter, then why didn't they take that money and give it to the families and the business owners that had their businesses destroyed during these protests?
I agree with what I agree with
Because
what
you
they
can
did
make more
not
money
do.
if you invest
I
it
agree
in
with
the
what they
government.
did not do with their money, but I do not agree with the fact that the leaders, some of those women on the Black Lives Matter
Are
committee,
Marxists.
I just don't agree that they're for breaking up family.
They are. It
values
was on their
and-
website until it got taken down.
I'm just saying. I've heard a lot of those women talk, and they are normal fucking people,
They
just
are
like me and you.
outright personally confessed Marxists.
I mean, I don't put a label on people because I don't know exactly what some of those labels mean. I know what Marxism is, and some of them, yes, absolutely, you could put that label on them, but
what if
a lot of those
what if
women
they
are just
la-
normal
what if they
fucking
label
mothers
themselves?
and
The last time they had
What
this
if they
much-
label themselves
the
as
What if
last
some of the
time
ones you didn't think
Yeah.
would be
No, I
actually
could see
are?
that.
They
I
said it.
could absolutely see
no,
that.
I'm speaking of the
wouldn't list their
organization.
copying.
The
I'm
last
telling you that
time
right
they
now.
had this much
Never.
money donated to them was in 2015 and 2016 for the election. Every time they raise to like the forefront of
Yeah, Democrats are
media,
damn good at raising money.
They do it at times where they need campaign donations. They are a Democrat fundraising system, and that's all they are.
Do you agree that we are a democratic republic or a republic
We are a
instead of a
republic.
democracy?
We're a republic.
We're
supposed
supposed
to
to Pledge
be.
of Allegiance
I
says
think
so.
republic.
And to the republic for which it stands.
Yeah, but that's taking that out of context totally.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just on the fact
It's a
that
republic
it's
if we can keep
it's
it.
saying it is in a
Thank you.
republic as
Thank
the
you.
definition of which it
Benjamin
stands.
Franklin, right?
So like
I don't remember.
we
what
are
it's- I
never
remember the
allowed
quote. I
to
don't
go
remember
outside
One of
of the
those
people
It happened
running
back then.
the country.
It's one of the
We
We're
could
supposed to
Google
be
it,
a
luckily.
country by the people, for
Enough
the
sense
people.
we
Yeah.
have
People
by
are
now.
supposed to have control.
Yes, but a
People have
democracy.
lost control.
See, and this is where I've run this conversation with people, and I get into this argument of, okay, well, where is a democracy different than a republic? It's because in the definitions they are retardedly similar.
They are.
Because where one says the people run the government, the other one says the people are in charge of the government. So it says it in a different way, but they're literally the same fucking thing.
Right, but as the people, we elect representatives, which
Who are easily bought out sometimes.
Unfortunately,
Or blackmailed into
sometimes.
doing shit they don't
Right.
want to do.
But it's because
Just
we
every
have
once in
a
a while.
it's specifically
There's a lot of
called
integrity still,
representative republic.
You have more faith in a politician than I ever will.
Sarcasm.
No, I don't have any faith in any
I have
politician.
no faith in a politician.
But I will continue to vote because that's about all
Politician
the
would
Gotta
shake-
vote.
control we
shake your
have.
hand with one hand and then steal your wallet with the other.
But it feels depressing to vote when it's rigged and
Most
it doesn't
valuable
count,
piece
doesn't
ever.
work.
Does anyone have any Biden EOs they want to bring up
Biden.
other than the Keystone Pipeline?
Executive
Because
orders.
I'm pretty sure we walked around that and everyone in this whole room's kind of upset about that.
How about immigration?
How many was it that it was up to?
What?
Again?
42.
42.
It was the last one that I saw.
42 what?
Executive
Executive orders.
Yeah.
Oh, I
How
thought
many
it
did
was
he put
in
in?
the 30s still.
No, there's like 42 was the last
How
one I
many
saw.
was it?
He
Previous,
has
like
surpassed
two?
the last three presidents combined.
As long as he stays under 300, he's just average.
I had a list of every single one of the
here's-
orders.
Bush's
So-
count.
270 or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no. In like his first year.
I don't
Who?
know.
Bush's.
Last time I looked, it
Bush
was
in
just
his first year.
it was
15.
combined.
Was
It was-
15?
Yeah.
It was like 10
And
or
then
15.
and then
So
Obama
in
had
total
19
between the
and
last
then
three
Trump had
presidents
18.
In their first
Yeah.
year, in their
The
first
last
year, all three
three,
presidents don't even equal what Biden put in within the first month.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
Biden.
even the first month. The first.
But you get the,
No, they were
the-
saying that
like
Biden's gonna have to
first week.
dramatically just stop
Did you see the
Yeah.
picture of all
making
the, just the
EOs
stack
to
of them on
match
his
all
desk?
the rest of the presidents.
Just pull 'em
Alright,
up, sign
so-
it.
I still haven't even got the chance to fully
Here's-
read all
here's
of it.
mine.
You know what I'm
Anyways.
signing,
I
and the
need to
guy
get
in
Here's
the
mine.
background says, "Just sign it."
Oh my god.
Did you guys hear about that?
No.
Here's it's more of a question.
Here's another one. Sign it. Yeah.
How do you think Biden
Crooked ass.
didn't have anything to do with the increase of prices on insulin?
Ooh. I did not think
Can-
you were gonna
can-
call
can
me
you-
out on
can
this
you
one.
say that?
Yeah.
Hot. Hey,
I want you to
If
ask
Blake,
the question
dirty,
again.
Let me
He's gonna
roast
send
a
it.
fire up
Devin.
under your ass real quick.
Oh
She
my
needs a
God.
repeat of the
I
question.
need a
Okay,
repeat of the
no,
question.
I will absolutely
By-
explain this. So there was
To
a
overturn.
video of a lady saying that her insulin prices for her son were $50 or something like that, and then she went in a month
I know
later
what you're
after
talking
the
about.
inauguration that
Yeah.
she would paid like
600.
over or was it
600.
$500 or $600? Yeah. So, and she blamed it on Biden and the new administration and how she wanted to know what everyone else thought. And it got fact checked. And I read the fact check, Googled it after I read the fact check, and I could not fucking help myself after I read everything to go back and be like, dude, I wanted to be like, dude, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You didn't even read your own fact check, and Biden had nothing to do with it. So all I said was Biden had nothing to do with it. Hoping that I would get a reaction and someone saying, prove it. It's like, okay, here's this article, here's this article, here's this article. But in every article I read through, Trump enacted I don't even know if it was an executive order.
It was an executive order.
It was an order saying that pretty much pharmaceuticals had to abide by a certain law and they could only make a certain percentage profit. Biden was accused for freezing this law, but the law is still inactive. It's still active. So pharmaceuticals still cannot do this. So I looked further and I was like, well, if she got charged fucking 100% more than, or no, that would be like 1,000% more. There's got to be something wrong. There's no way she would just call him out for no reason. So I looked further. So there is certain pharmaceuticals that have come into the country after that executive order came in, and that now insulin is going through and they're upping prices, and they're not allowed to be touched by the executive order because the executive order was dated.
So anything that comes after can get by it?
Pretty much.
Like their grandpa?
Pretty fucking much. And so the reason Biden froze it was because of this. Because people were literally like, okay, well, we have billions of dollars in this medical company. Let's just make another company and go around that. We'll sell our insulin to our fake company and then sell our insulin to our customers from there. So Biden froze that because this back loophole shit was happening. So Biden is working right now, supposedly. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. But supposedly he is working on unfreezing it and figuring out how to make insulin fucking $2 again. Because
Well, I
I'm
hope
pretty
you're
sure
right.
everyone in this room can agree that insulin is not something that is expensive to make. So how the fuck are you gonna sell it for that much money?
Yeah,
Because
I hope you're right.
Because for some it is a lifeline.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a
No,
lifeline.
you're right.
If it's gonna save
You're right.
lives,
You're right.
fuck yeah, they are gonna 2,000%
What price are you
just
gonna
to
put
make
on-
that dollar.
Agreed.
What
Just
price are
to
you gonna
make
put
that
on your
dollar.
life?
Agreed.
What price are you gonna put on your life?
Agreed.
You know, it's either
Do
pay
you,
it or
do you think
or
that
die.
do you think that is a flaw in capitalism, or do you think that has nothing
Yeah.
to do with capitalism?
It is. That is the
Capitalism
flaw.
has a few flaws.
No, that has
but
absolutely nothing to do
better
with
than the
real
rest.
capitalism. That has to do with oligarchy and crony capitalism. There is a huge difference.
Like a bottleneck.
Real market
Like a-
capitalism brings down prices. That's how it's designed to work.
Yeah,
We
to
are
give
not-
independent companies the right to
Exactly.
sell.
Right.
Yes.
You know, you go through your market. If you have a good idea, it succeeds. If you have a bad idea, it fails. That's not what we have in the United States right now.
Not in the
We
medical
have-
field, not at all.
We have a crony capitalist / oligarchy right now.
That'll never change though.
It
That'll never
could.
change.
It could.
Well, maybe that's
It
what we need to
can
be talking
change.
about, how we can do it.
if the right people.
You
got
guys being
elected-
Trump supporters know that failed right in front of your face, though.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because he brought in crony capitalism right in front of everyone's face.
No, he pretty much said, "Fuck everybody. This is the way that I'm
No,
gonna
he
do
was
it."
doing his darn
And
best
brought in
for-
all of his buddies
And
that
we
knew
can-
nothing about
we
the
can
things
now
that they were
say
doing
by
to
us
run
doing
things
the
that they
same
knew
thing.
nothing
He
about.
trusted them more than other politicians.
No, he's a businessman. He said, "No, I'm gonna go bankrupt a couple times.
He's
I'm
a
gonna run
business.
America."
He's a businessman, yes,
What the fuck,
but he
no.
brought in all of his buddies, inexperienced, to run things they knew nothing
That's
about,
what I
which is
mean.
what crony capitalism
Brought
is.
his whole crew, because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
But I'm just
in the
saying,
first place.
you guys should know firsthand after watching him, your own guy, do it right in front of you. Government's never gonna stop doing that. Even the nepotism during Trump went off the rails.
Right, that's why I don't want any government.
Oh,
Agreed.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's
Agreed.
The best idea.
Agreed.
Back to self-governed.
Okay, because us
Anarchy.
as
I have a
people
question.
to
I have a
believe-
question. I want to get totally off that last subject. Where does the Republican Party go from Donald Trump?
Oh, they
This
don't.
is a different subject?
Yes, absolutely different subject.
How?
We were talking about crony
I was
capitalism.
thinking we were talking about politics. I thought we were going to talk about the dark side of the
I don't know.
We are talking about the dark side of the
Yeah.
moon. You can
Talk about
consider
spiritual shit
the
now.
Democrats the dark side of the moon right now.
Okay.
So
As of right
where
now.
does the Republican Party go after Donald Trump?
Who?
There
What?
was still
Charlie
Wait,
Kirk or Candace Owens?
Where
But-
is it
You-
going,
you're
or
on
where
something
should
with
it
Candace
go? 'Cause
Owens.
That's two different.
Candace
questions.
Owens would get votes, and you know that.
Oh, she would.
Oh,
She-
love
you know
and
she
Candace
she's
would.
Owens.
she'd be a force to reckon with too.
You know Candace Owens would get votes.
She would be a force to reckon
I
with.
hate her just because she.
I hate her.
Okay,
Why?
okay. Last video she posted on Facebook, she
Was-
starts out saying,
Facebook
"I
first
do
of
not
all.
lie, I only speak facts." And then she fucking turns around and said no one called the Black Lives Matter protest riots. It's like,
She was specifically speaking of the media, and
Do you-
none
She
of
was-
the mainstream
yeah.
media.
that's not
called
true.
them riots.
That's not true. That is not true at all. Because CNN, MSNBC, C-SPAN, all of them called them riots. Every time they got out of hand, they called them riots.
No, they called them mostly peaceful.
No,
protests.
they did.
That's
Mostly
what I remember, yeah.
peaceful.
No, they did
protesters.
not.
Yes, they
Every
did.
I can pull it up. Every single one of
Right.
them called them
I'd like to
riots.
see this.
Every
I remember them
single
talking about
every
it.
single fucking news network called them riots at some point because that's what they were.
Anyways, let's continue with this one. Where does the
CNN
Republican Party go?
CNN even
Okay.
did a report
But like I said,
on what's the difference between
that's
a protest
two
and a
questions.
riot.
Where should they go, or where
Where-
will they go?
where-
Because that's two different questions.
Where do you think they
He
will
said,
go?
where do you
Oh,
think?
where do
Okay,
you
so-
think they will
Where do
go?
you think the Republican Party goes from
I
here?
think they will do exactly what they did after Reagan and go back to a Bush type, mediocre, do nothing.
It'll probably be Ted Cruz.
Well,
So
the Bushes were sulking off the oil.
I
You
just
think
see
they'll go
him
right
maybe
back
getting
to
the
that?
most traction
Yes.
right now.
oh my
No.
god.
Uh
I think Donald Trump walked in with his big cock,
oh.
and then everybody was like,
It's
"Whoa!"
not what
and then
Stormy
everybody
Daniels
afterwards
said.
would be like, "Donald Trump with his big cock, we gotta top it." That's what I think. But
She was still searching for it.
Boom.
God, that's
No, I
rude.
think they're gonna
I
go
mean,
right back
everything
into.
I hate
Yeah.
Donald Trump, and that's
Where
rude.
should they go? I
Sorry.
think where they should go is
You're
they
not.
should create a
Ugh.
new party and get
Sorry.
rid of the Republican Party, like we got rid of the Whig Party.
I mean,
back
there
in
is
the
talk
day.
of that.
yeah, but
So-
how
There is,
far do you
absolutely.
go?
How
How
far-
far?
yeah, where- how
far-
That's
Yeah.
but the flaw
That's
in
like
that
an
is
independent.
Essentially,
Me.
most of the conservatives will only look at it as a they're gonna look at it, whatever other party you want to bring into it, they're still gonna look at a conservative party, a Republican Party, a Democratic Party, a liberal party, and then whatever other party. Just like how Trump had said he was gonna bring in the Patriot Party.
It still might
What the
happen
fuck
though,
is
dude.
that?
Like Trump is
The-
not out of the picture, dude. Trump still could do. Trump could still do whatever he wants. Like I think Trump still has a very good grasp on the Republican Party. I
Bringing
think,
in another party
He doesn't
will
really have any
only
platform to go on
increase
anymore, though.
the rate of votes for the left.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You are splitting more votes on the right if you were going to create another party.
I agree, but Donald
on the
Trump
right
is
side.
a fucking idiot in my
Here's a
opinion. So
question.
that's exactly what he would do.
How come?
That's
we
why
can't
he was
get a good
advised
guy in
against
office?
it.
How come we're always choosing between the lesser of two evils? Why can't we have any good?
I agree. I didn't want Joe Biden to be our fucking president.
We
You know who I would have voted for?
Huh?
We forgot and
You know who I would have voted
Tulsi
for?
Gabbard.
Ben Sass, a Republican in Nebraska.
Alright.
No, he's
Touche.
an idiot.
Don't
I don't
don't
like
even go there.
I agree with you though. I do like
Tulsi is
Gabbard.
moderate,
She
you
is
know,
very
like
moderate,
she's level-headed.
Right down the
I like
She's
middle.
like a black
Pete
sheep of the
She has
Democratic
freaking
Party. They
common
fucking
sense.
demonize her all the time too.
I like
Freaking
Pete
common
and
sense.
Ben
Yeah.
Sass. Those are my two.
If
If
she
I'm gonna
goes
go,
for it, I'll vote for
if
her.
I'm gonna
And
go,
she
pick one on
actually
each
served in the
side. It's Ben
military.
Sass and
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg.
She actually has leadership.
She
experience.
actually served in the military and did actual stuff.
My
as
worry
opposed to
about
Pete
Tulsi,
Buttigieg.
my worry about Tulsi Gabbard is she is very much on that gullible, I'll believe anything right off the bat kind of
No.
thing.
She wasn't
How
a
so?
Trump supporter.
Because
She-
she actually did it multiple times throughout the campaign trail. There were conspiracy theories that popped up real quick, and she jumped right on them and called people out, and then it got debunked, and she looked like a retard. And
Like
Give
what?
me an example.
Like
yeah,
what?
I want to know about this. I
So-
don't care about these.
she, man, I can't remember exactly
Alright.
which ones they were, but I know it happened fucking twice. She got called out the first time on the debate stage, and her face got all red, and she didn't have nothing to say. And then the second time it happened, she called someone out, and then the reporter called her out and was like, wait a second, a report just came out that this person didn't do that, and then she walked away. Tulsi. Yeah.
I don't know. I personally didn't hear about those, but for the most part,
Yeah.
most of the things that she believes and the policies that she supports, she's probably one of the only Democrats that actually is bipartisan.
It
I
kinda
do
makes me
agree with
feel
that.
like, how
I
is
do
she a
agree with
Democrat?
that.
You know, like
I do agree with that. If she was ruling the shit and she was making the calls, I don't think she would be that quick to jump on a conspiracy theory. And I do think she would be more of that
Common sense.
that central moderate, but at the same time, it's still a huge red flag for her to bring up like conspiracy theorists against her own party and then be debunked right to her face and then have nothing to say. Not back it up at all.
What did I hear about
seen it.
AOC
That's
a
just
couple
not
days
on
back or
because
something?
I don't
She,
understand.
you heard she said that Ted Cruz was trying to murder her.
Oh, dude,
And
AOC
And then
is the
somebody
most
asked her about it. She
dramatic bitch
goes,
in the world.
I never said that.
I like AOC, but
But I
dude,
stand
there are
behind
some
what I
things.
said.
There are
No,
some
so
things
since
she
you guys
fucking
brought
says.
up my favorite politician, she had said something along the lines of, "If you don't hold a seat in Congress, then shut up and let us run the show."
Oh. Oh, is that
Oh, so that's
is
what
that
we're
what we
doing.
elected them to do?
Yeah, like they run the show and like
We're just supposed
We're
to
not
be
listening.
I was like,
We're not here
hold-
to do your work, okay?
I was like, hold on.
Let us do our job.
I was like, hold on. Wait.
I think she holds the record for how fast your power gets to your head. I mean,
Oh, for
Jesus.
Yes.
Primate
I like how you.
though.
Yes.
Power to
Her-
Absolutely.
Her
Power
or Matt
corrupts
Gates.
all,
Superpower trip,
absolutely.
Matt Gates.
Matt Gates is just as bad. Yeah, I agree.
Superpower trip.
Fucking insane.
How long would you last?
She went from a bartender to a
Congress?
Congress.
It depends.
How long would you last?
It depends. If I was flying back to this,
In power.
if
Any power.
I was going to Congress and flying back to here every day, every night, I would probably be pretty
Cocky?
Big-headed.
hated across the board. Everyone would fucking hate me because of the shit I said.
Going home every night.
Well, and this just circles back. Let's circle back. This just circles back.
I'm going to
to
circle back to that one.
term limits. And if there are term limits, I don't think the power would go to these people's heads so much because it only lasts so long.
It's supposed to
they
be
give
a
them a
term of service for your country,
To get
not a
shit
job,
done.
Right.
not a career that you go make millions doing.
Yeah, not get elected and turn around 2 days later and start planning for your next campaign.
Right,
It's like a
because
high.
since you can't make money in it, but you can make your family make money.
Right.
That's how Big Daddy Joe.
Bro, the Bidens would never do that.
Oh,
They're perfect, remember?
you're right.
But they would never do what?
Anything
Never
bad.
use the
Anything,
government
they're-
aid to get himself money.
Hey,
They would
I-
never enrich
just because I
themselves or their
fucking voted
friends,
for him doesn't mean
right?
I wouldn't call him out. Did I not call him out on the Keystone Pipeline?
Thank you.
Not only is that my career, but I was
Yeah.
gonna say like
That kind of affects you a little bit.
like it doesn't really affect him.
He
You
does.
guys have no idea. Guess what gas
It
prices
probably
are right
will.
now?
They're going up.
They're already gone up like a quarter.
Yep. They're just
Okay,
They've already
putting it
gone
up.
up
Let me
a quarter.
rephrase that. Guess what
Or
propane
some
prices are
inauguration.
right now?
Mine's gone up
Propane,
$1
not gas.
in
Guess
some
what propane
places.
prices
Really?
are right now?
In the springs, it's
What is
gone up like
propane
$2
right now?
Like it
Blake?
went from being under
So
$2.
like almost
usually
under
this
$2
time of the
by,
year
like,
we're about
Yeah.
$1.50, $1.40.
15 cents to be
We are
almost
$2 a gallon right now.
Oh no.
260 almost?
almost
Yeah.
260.
I hope I can make it
That's
through
it.
winter
I
without
just got
getting
one.
gas.
I almost
Right.
called you the
Yeah.
other day
Yeah.
and was like, dude, if
Top
this,
it off now.
yeah, if this gets any worse, I'm
I've
gonna
only
call
noticed
you.
about 20,
Oh,
30 cents of
shit.
difference.
I haven't
Yeah,
checked the
I'm
tank in a
sure
while. I don't know.
No,
I
we'll
haven't
only
looked
put
at it.
like 200 gallons in it, just get you
$3
by until hopefully
both.
cheaper
Yeah.
cheaper prices.
And that's
but-
just, that's
Well,
just
some
low
years
grade.
I've been able to
Not
make
even
it all
mid-grade.
winter without having to
last winter you did not make
no,
it.
not even
You
close.
ran out like
Mid-grade's almost $3
like
right now.
a couple
now?
weeks before it was
Oh, shit.
time.
I have not checked that tank in a while, dude. Oh shit.
I remember coming to your tank last year when it was time, and it was
Yeah.
like, dude, we were over at your house, and I went over and checked your tank just out of the blue because I was standing over there, and I walked over and your tank was like at 5%, and it's like,
Oh, oopsie.
and I went over and told you like, dude,
I have not.
your
checked
shit
the
is
tank
like
in-
empty.
since winter started. I've not looked at the tank one time.
We usually last till March, though, don't we?
I hope
Yeah,
so.
we might have to.
So I guess Tulsi
You'll check
Tulsi
when you get
Gabbard
home
was
now. Oh,
bringing
damn
up
right.
election
Park the truck right there. I gotta look at the
election
tank.
shit.
It is hot in here. Can you turn that
It
heater
is
off?
blazing hot. You're comfy leaning on the door right there. That cool breeze coming through your shoulder.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
leaving
I
the
don't know.
glass.
A little
It's the
bit
only
of
cool
that.
thing. The breeze is being
I don't
blocked
know.
by the drapes.
It's gone now. Oh wait,
Sorry,
yeah,
the
no,
breeze is
actually,
really
hold on.
easy.
I absolutely remember the Tulsi Gabbard thing. So there was the conspiracy she toted at the primary about election fraud, and then she
There was election fraud.
yeah, but she was saying some dumb shit, and it was like totally debunked. It's like well, first of all,
But
that's
what
not
was
how
the
the election
That's
works.
what we were asking.
Yeah. 'Cause the
Oh,
thing is
you want me to
that's
go
what the
into it?
media does.
Yeah.
They don't agree with something, so they say it was debunked, but they don't tell you how it was debunked because
Well,
it
That's
never
all you have to say.
actually
This
was
is the
You
New
just
York
have to
Times,
say
so you
the
guys
word.
probably won't
Sometimes
believe anything
NBC
they say
says something
anyways.
way different than Fox, and you're like, well, the truth is
So
in between
President
somewhere.
Trump's former
Say
chief
conspiracy
strategist
or say
is
debunked
impressed
in-
with
Yeah.
her political talent.
in clear.
Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for former Representative Ron Paul, praises her libertarian. Get the fuck out of the way. Libertarian instincts. This is not talking about her fucking struggles to make headway. She is now injecting a bit of chaos into her own party's primary,
Well, let's move
threatening
on
to
and
boycott
we can
that
do some
debate
research and
to
we can
protest that what
later.
sees as a rigged of
Really
the
wish I had one of them
2020
I
election
love that you were the only one.
that's left some Democrats wondering what exactly she is up to in the race, while others worry about supportive signs from online bot activity.
Okay. I think you're the only one that.
Yeah.
Are we gonna circle back to this one, Blake?
What about you?
No, I can tell you right now that there wasn't widespread election fraud. The election wasn't rigged. The election wasn't stolen.
Everyone who says that is a fucking conspiracy theorist. And the other thing that Tulsi Gabbard got brought up for was being a Russian spy.
I'm a Russian.
A Russian spy.
So Tulsi Gabbard got accused of being a Russian spy, even though she was in the United States military and fought for our country. But yes, even though that was like a conspiracy debunked in her favor, it was still a conspiracy debunked.
Okay.
Moving on. Brought to you by
I'll give
Levi's.
I'll give you a point for this one.
I gave myself the hiccups now.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Sorry, I'm like crying over here.
Why is that?
Him and Tony are having fun over
Because me and Tony are sitting over here making fun of your favorite sec press.
Oh, you guys don't like
Oh my God, she's a
Yeah, we're just gonna circle back to that
Jen?
one.
You guys don't like Jen Psaki?
Hey, we're just gonna circle back to that one.
No, let's bring it up right now. What do you not like about Jen Psaki?
That's what I've been saying.
Idiot.
How do you figure?
Because
She's
she'll
better than
never-
Kayleigh McEnany, and she's better than Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She actually answers questions. She doesn't
She
answer
does,
questions that she
because
doesn't know all the
always
way
says,
on.
I'm gonna circle back on that. Kayleigh McEnany, however, had a rebuttal. to
Okay.
Everything.
My biggest issue is
she had an answer to everything.
Her
She was
only
on
answer to
spot.
everything was, here's this book I have behind me. It's got all the good things Donald Trump has done.
No.
You can look through it. That was her answer to every...
Did you ever watch any of her press reports? My God.
I think we
She
should go.
had a
Hold on. No, I think there was an article with how many times she told reporters to refer to that big book of Donald Trump's amazing accomplishments. Hold on, let me find it. I'm telling you, they counted.
She probably
She literally said it like 20 times every
Blake,
press conference.
Blake, let me ask you this. Why is a press secretary going to ask for you to submit questions ahead of time? And then when questions come up, she's going to, I'll circle back to that one, and then never answers the question in the first
She
place.
knows the question's coming, and yet she
Dude,
still doesn't have an answer.
avoids it.
Dude,
Doesn't
guys,
even dance
What was
around
her,
it.
what was her
What
answer?
are you talking
What
about
was-
this? I'll circle back. I've watched every press conference for
And
the last
she has said
fucking
it
week.
every press conference.
No, she has not.
Oh my
I haven't
God,
heard
go
her
back.
say it one time.
Go back and listen to him because she says
I'll
it
circle
at
back,
every
Jen
single
Psaki.
one of her.
He's gonna circle back on him.
Circle back on that.
Circling back.
Dude,
Oh my
I'm
God,
telling
I
you
can
right
play
now.
you- I
She
can
didn't
play
have
you
an
a media
answer when she was
montage
asked about
on
China
that.
taking over part of the United States electrical grid. No response to that. Do you have a response to that? I'd have a response to that. Why would China have access to direct access to the United States electrical grid?
I saw that video you
Right.
posted, and you know just as well as I
Is
did.
that
She
true?
said we all know Joe Biden's take on China, so we know how he feels about that.
Which is pretty damn scary.
But it's no.
I mean-
Joe Biden is working to work with all that.
Why?
And
Okay,
her saying that Joe Biden is working on that, you guys immediately take that as she has no answer.
Why is the president giving up any access
He's not
to our
giving
country?
it up.
Why is he?
They
giving
have direct access to it.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do. Look
No,
it
they
up.
do not. I have fact checked this
Okay.
about 4 or 5
Okay,
fucking times.
Here's the problem. When
They
you read
China does
something-
not have access to any of
when
our
you hear
electrical grids.
something when you read something on Google or hear something on CNN,
I-
and
I
then you
s-
fact
this
check
is
it,
like a
CNN
fact
and
check.
Google
I
can't
can't
fact
even
check
fucking
themselves,
type something in
which
before
is
it.
what is happening.
China.
You can't fact check yourself,
Oh.
and that's what is happening.
Yeah, camera and media only shows you what you want to see.
Yeah.
Say that.
But okay,
And no
so
matter how far
here's
you
the thing:
search, it's
when
not.
you're in the military, your number one most important thing that you need is your communication to your uppers. Okay, you don't take action unless there is communication. And if China has direct access to the communication and has the ability to cut off that communication, you're fucked.
They have
Because if
power.
you can't communicate, you cannot act.
Isn't that with everything though?
Yeah, it is.
But that's the main problem.
So
That's why they're
why
pushing
does
5G.
China have direct access to that communication?
Something to do with 5G.
That is not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
But like, are you gonna stand up and change it? How many people are gonna find to stand up and change
What
that?
can we do?
Like,
What?
That's the
Why
issue.
not? Why do they need access to our United States communication?
because the United States has always been dependent on somebody, no matter what.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. America
That's why
for
we
the
need
free,
to
for the
continue
good
down the
people,
road
like,
of
but we're not.
independence.
Yeah. Nope. We're not.
But that's why we need
Word.
to continue down
Rock
the road.
on there, Garrett.
America's.
What do you say?
He said way better angle with the camera on. Hey, since you're on, Garrett, how you been, bud? I haven't
Hey,
talked to
no.
you in a while.
Garrett?
Garrett?
Can you get him on here?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull.
Garrett,
I hear
we're
you're
gonna try
doing
and get
awesome,
you on
buddy.
here.
We're
You
gonna
are
try
a fucking
and-
badass.
We lost half of our peeps.
What
Er,
happened?
yeah.
Did I say something?
No.
Was
No,
I
I've been
offensive?
tired.
Everybody needed a break.
And it is like
Things were getting
300
saucy.
degrees in here.
Things were getting saucy, and it was getting.
freezing. All of you guys are hot, and I'm like over here.
Are you feeling
It is
Hey,
hot.
in that backpack is my computer charger.
So
You can just hand it to me.
I'm about ready to go out for a smoke though.
Oh,
I'm
cigarette.
overeating.
Bingo. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Yeah,
My
I'm gonna
jacket.
grab my
Take
jacket.
off my jacket.
Can we take an
I was gonna say,
intermission,
can you do
Blake?
a commercial?
Yeah, you
is
guys
that
can take an
possible?
intermission while we get Garrett on.
All right.
Sweet.
I'm not leaving.
We'll let our listeners just sit here and listen to what bullshit we're gonna be talking about behind scenes and
Do
stuff.
you guys have like some Jeopardy music or something? you can do?
No, we're not allowed to play music.
Well, wait, what? You're not allowed to play like any music?
We don't own rights to the music.
Oh, so you need like Ryan to come
So
play
we need
live
to be
music?
like, we don't own
Yeah,
rights
literally.
to this music.
I can play the mouth harp. That's not
Mr.
funny.
Garrett Brown, I'm about to get on this whole Facebook here.
As far as I can find on the whole Biden giving China access to electrical grid, it has something to do with him giving them access to some kind of information.
Again, so Blake, why are we going to give another country
Hold on, I'm
access?
still reading that.
Why are we going to give another country access to the United States, our own country?
But
Why are we going to give another country?
Because maybe it benefits us in some way.
But how?
How?
But what if it benefits us in some way? I'm still trying to figure that out. You can't just put me on the spot and tell me how, because I don't know everything.
Ring, 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 ring. Just sitting at airborne school. Hell yeah. Allow. That's how I feel.
I hear him. I hear him. I hear him.
The beautiful Garrett Brown.
I don't know if you can really see me right now.
Nope. We cannot see you,
It's
but
really-
that's all right. We
it's
can
re-
definitely hear you.
It's really dark.
What time is it there?
Well, it's 10:30. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to go in the common area.
Cool. It is so good to have you on, bud. Glad you can jump on for episode 100.
Oh, yeah, how you
Without you, we wouldn't be
I
here.
know. I've seen that. Hold on, I'm moving. Please.
Dude, this thing does not give
I
much
got
information.
lag on here from Twitch.
We're doing an intermission right now for all of our Twitch listeners.
You're cutting up, bud. No, we lost the call.
So Biden's saying that it has to do with climate change.
Someone's getting a call.
You.
Bam. I was calling him and he was calling me.
Yeah.
I could not figure out what was going on. I was like,
Something sounds fishy. Something sounds fishy, but at the same time, it sounds like they're doing it on purpose because they're gonna benefit off of it. Somehow America's gonna benefit off of what? So in May 1st of last year, Trump signed some suspension.
Kinda, yeah, we can.
Some suspension on some kind of Chinese access to something having to do with our power grid, and they make it sound like it's stupid and it makes no sense, but at the same time, they make it sound like Biden made it sound like in an interview that we are somehow going to benefit off of this, and it's because of climate change.
Okay. Well,
I do not know why my camera
So
is not.
it's
But I just tried to call.
I am not going to defend what is happening, but
we got Garrett. I don't know. We can still hear you.
Okay.
I need to
Well, I can
pee.
see you guys.
I need to pee. Hey, buddy. We are gonna do part 3, and we're gonna run through things that you aren't, I don't know, gonna want to talk about. We can just, we're gonna have to.
I'll try. I might switch this over to my phone.
No, we're gonna talk to Garrett about things, and then we're
Okay.
gonna
Call me back then.
go through everything.
Let's try and get that video going, guy.
Yeah, I'll call you on my phone because something's going on with my laptop.
All right. You okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm just like,
I'm hot.
I'm fucking freezing.
Loud noises everywhere. Allow. I don't know how many times I have to hit allow for it to be like, man.
You probably have to go into your settings and fix it.
There's that beautiful face. What's going on, gorgeous?
Hey. What's up, bud?
Yeah. How's school been?
Bro, this is harmless.
Hey, let's have some signal issues in here.
I can see that. 100%. Oh, did you bring one for me? You are a beautiful human being.
So, you know what? I'm done sticking up for fucking Joe Biden. Everyone's attacking me like I'm supposed to stick up for him, and I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm gonna just agree and be like, yeah, he should do that.
Not asking you to.
He should do that. That's how I feel.
We're wanting obviously
Explanations from the other side.
So yes, it's just explanations from the other side. That's what this podcast is about. You know
I know.
this.
I know.
Because
don't make me fondle your ear.
Oh, I like when you fondle my ear.
There he is.
Yes.
Oh shit. Hey, what you weigh these days? You look a little round in the face.
What's up, guys?
What you weigh these days? God damn it, Bobby!
You have to try next time.
Just call him. Don't do video. Just call him. That'll go through. I guarantee it. I'll do it too. If I have to set a microphone by the computer, I can do it. This thing's not taking any internet right now. It's just on Rock Band or GarageBand, whatever it is. Twitch, what is up with this fucking episode 100, baby? Is that children?
I think that's children.
Children, no, you're not allowed. Go upstairs. I'm sorry, I love you.
I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just chat like this for now.
Well, I just disconnected from the Wi-Fi, so I have to port any Wi-Fi.
Hey, Garrett, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so there's about, what do you think, 3-second delay, 2-second delay?
Ish.
Okay, so, all right. Garrett, what have you heard about Morgan Wallen?
Oh my god, he fucked up.
Yeah, I know. So, did you hear his apology?
He's dumb. But in all circumstance, it was not pointed at someone that, so far as I know, is a derogatory term, and it was caught on like one of the smart cameras on the house, not like someone's phone.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, dude, it's a bummer though.
But you know,
Still caught from.
Chime or whatever that one thing was that I forgot what it's called. I used to have one.
Yeah. Yeah, the what are the doorbell cams called?
Rings.
The rings.
The rings.
Yeah, that's right.
Nest, and there's like.
Yeah, dude.
We might be able to fix a lot of talking as a straight up call if we want to do it that way. Because Facebook these days has been really laggy here, and I got like 600 people on the Wi-Fi right now.
Well, actually, you're probably right if I didn't live in the boonies in the forest.
Yeah.
So
Forest dweller.
my internet actually works better than a phone call. You'd be I mean, if that's even believable, because making a phone call out here is impossible.
Just fucking read it. Unicorn, Star by Scarlett Anderson.
Yeah, dude.
You can go and end the live on Facebook.
They
been on live for like 20 hours.
Literally.
Wait, how?
There should be end. Bye Facebook. Like
say that again.
Their horns
Somewheres.
are magical.
I think I did it.
They're so magical.
They poop pee and puke glitter.
That is magical.
Oh yeah, how much you weigh nowadays? You look a little round in the face.
Oh, Garrett, he's there. Okay, assistance is required.
Almost 170.
Never?
Oh my god.
Bring
Garrett's gaining some
170?
weight, baby.
Dude, how did you do that?
Pick it up and bring it
The
here.
whole thing? Oh. Shut up. Let my blonde just be blonde.
Working out fucking 3 hours a day.
They're feeding you well.
Yeah, a little too well.
That's awesome, man.
Tiny.
I'm not bad though. Yeah,
Not so tiny no more. He said he's 170.
Not so tiny anymore? Hey, Tiny!
No. Hey, Monique, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Oh, just dealing with Trey Dog.
Busy?
Yeah. Well, right now I got a 4-day weekend.
Oh, that's
I gotta
nice.
jump out of an airplane
Oh.
next week.
That's awesome.
Have fun with that one. Don't die.
I miss jumping out of planes.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Just get your shoulder fixed so you can go be a ranger.
I know.
Have fun with that and then that.
It's coming.
It's exciting, man. It's so cool.
Come out. No.
Oh, if you don't know who that voice is, it's Nate.
Yeah. I was multitasking. I was playing some video games and watching the podcast at the same time.
Oh, so you can see us on Twitch? Is it a good feed?
It was a really good feed. I'll go back to Twitch. Yeah, it was way better than Facebook.
Okay. All right. That's what I want to hear. Because we kind of switched over and just started Twitch.
Yeah, it's way better angle too.
That's what I want to hear. Exactly what we want to hear.
Pulling up right now.
Hey, do you know any inside information on the Keystone Pipeline?
No. Man, I've been trying to stay away from the news. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I watch a little bit here and there, but right now I'm so busy. All I've been doing is following people.
That is so loud.
It is.
So sorry.
He's not talking anymore.
God
That's
fucking damn it! I can't even hear my friend.
Are you sure it's that and not that?
What?
Hey, make sure,
The
bro.
elephants are upstairs.
I think you need to take the torch upstairs with you and
I
burn
can't.
them.
No. To burn your elephant?
Yeah, burn their feet so they can't run.
It's your elephant.
So, can you guys
Oh, is that child abuse? Sorry.
What do you say? What'd you say?
Can you guys still see me on my camera, or is it off on your screen?
It's just a picture of
we
you.
might be able to change it.
Does somebody else want to whoop me too?
Bless
Oh,
you.
end the call, it says, to start a video
I've
call.
never whooped a kid before, but I've always wanted to.
She'll laugh at you.
I'll
beat the shit out of her. She laughs at me.
Alright, we're gonna restart again. You guys ready?
And she remembers exactly what happened.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and we're back for part 3. Alright, we are part 3 up in this bitch. We planned on going 3 hours for episode 100. We planned on episode 100 going 3 parts. I knew with Nate and Tony over here that it was not hard to do.
What is
So-
that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Meaning
Good thing or a bad
me
thing?
and you guys can talk about things civilly for hours.
I love it.
That's true.
That's what I mean.
Read the comment.
So, you guys were not here. When we left off last time, you guys called
Pittsburgh.
me out on Joe Biden's electrical grid to China.
Yep.
I did my research, and as far as I pulled out on this, is Joe Biden revoked a Donald Trump rule from May 1st of last year, banning all of China's access to everything on our electrical grid. And the article expressed great concern for the fact. And at the end of the article, it expressed how they weren't exactly sure how it was supposed to benefit us, but Joe Biden and the Biden administration promises that it will benefit America and that they didn't do anything that is a threat to national security.
So it has happened, and China has the keys to the electrical grid.
We don't know it how far, but in a sense, yes. We don't know how extensive,
So you're
though.
saying because Biden says that China's not a threat, we're supposed to
He
believe China's
said
not a
that
threat.
it had to do with climate change, and
Which
that
is bullshit.
our national security was not a threat in this revoking of this order.
How is it not a threat to national security when another country has complete access
I express your
to
same concern.
communications?
I express your same concern. As soon as I read
How
the
is that
article,
not a threat?
I express your same concern. Now, granted, the article did make it sound like Biden and the Biden administration have the best intentions, and that they.
Of course they're gonna say that.
And no, the article actually talked a lot of shit about them, but it said that the Biden administration has the best intentions, and that they are supposedly still have control, pretty much.
You don't think Biden is compromised by China? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think that Biden is compromised by China. But
Hold
this,
on.
this,
What did you say, Gary?
This.
I said, look at that beautiful face that just joined in.
I don't understand how somebody who has been paid millions of dollars from the government of China is not compromised by China.
I think a lot of our government officials have Chinese money in their pockets.
Absolutely,
But
which means they're compromised by
problem.
China.
But they have no control over
You
that.
don't get something for nothing. They don't pay you for something and not expect something in return.
But can you send back money that someone gives to you,
Well,
your campaign?
Technically, you could, or you could just refuse the money
Right.
altogether.
They
who's
completely
gonna do
have
that?
control of the situation.
But,
Okay.
They
you
don't
know,
need to get bought out. They choose to get bought out.
I always thought it as politicians don't have a choice to accept that money because it was given to them.
No, absolutely not. They do have a choice as to whether or not they.
There's just an ultimatum.
take full
They're
account-
given
Because
an
the thing
ultimatum.
is,
Hey,
when
we
you
have.
money. When you so if you're selling a kitchen table and I buy it from you, you expect money in return.
But it's different than that. It's more of a
If I give
donation.
you money, I expect that kitchen table.
It's
in
more
return.
of a donation. Like, I appreciate what you're doing.
It's a
Here's money.
donation with
an
stipulations.
ultimatum.
It's
I'm
more
gonna
of a
give you
gratuity.
Why
It's
would
more of a
China-
gratuity.
It doesn't make any sense though. Why would China or Russia or any other government
Yeah.
give to a United States presidential campaign
I think
without
the camera needs
expecting
fixed a
something
little bit,
in
but
return?
otherwise.
No, that's where people go wrong. It's not the Chinese government funding
I mean, it's
political
fine.
campaigns. It's
Bottom
private
one, if you can try to
Chinese
fix the
companies
bottom
funding political campaigns, and then people say that that company has ties to government political ties.
You do understand that China is a communist country, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So every company that is allowed, because it's communist, every company that is allowed to operate in
It's technically
China
government.
is controlled by the Chinese government.
Okay,
And they
so
are not allowed to do anything or give anyone money without the permission of the Chinese government. It's a backdoor, is what it is. It's a backdoor way of doing deals to allow the Chinese government to have control or have some say into whoever
The
they
US
give
economy.
money to, and in this case, Joe Biden. So in other words, he is.
But it happens
compromised.
with everybody.
It-
Like it happened with Ivanka Trump too.
No, that was debunked. But
Bullshit.
No, that was debunked. But that is true. I mean, unfortunately, Mitch McConnell's in there too.
I was gonna say
Mitch McConnell.
is 100%
Yeah,
guilty
there
of
are
that.
so many, both Republican and Democrat, which is why I don't consider myself a Republican. I just happen to vote Republican most of the time because they are the most conservative, and I don't have a choice otherwise. But there are Democrats and Republicans both that are so compromised, which is why our government is shit right now. On both sides.
Yeah, I don't even want to bring this up, but the Ivanka Trump thing with China, yeah, that's real. That's not a conspiracy. No, I'm just saying that China gets into our politics no matter who's in office.
China didn't have his hands in Trump.
Bullshit. I can bring up articles right now that prove otherwise.
And what's the source?
About
You have
every
to
news
consider
article
source,
you could
too.
think of.
You also have to consider the source.
But after 8-10 sources say the same thing, it's...
Well, when those sources are CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS.
Proof is proof.
No, it's a narrative.
Proof is proof. You can't push a narrative that has no proof.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you control most of the media, yes, you can.
Consider COVID-19.
I mean, actually, that's totally true. Think about QAnon.
What's he been saying lately? Or what's that thing been saying lately?
QAnon is in scrambles right now.
Yeah, wasn't there like
my most favorite-
longitude, red, green, blue, 42, oh, Omaha!
Nah.
Yeah.
Literally.
So the most recent one that I saw, was QAnon had talked about this 10 days of darkness. And for a while I thought like there's going to be like 10 days of just like a complete shutdown of our electrical grid, no internet, like us be complete darkness. Then like there's just going to be this mass dump of secret files that just exposing some bullshit. Well,
It all disappears.
well, my favorite one that just came up, the whole 10 days of darkness is the White House had been shut down for 10 days. And in these 10 days, the feds, military, National Guard have gone down into the tunnels that are connecting between the White House and the Capitol,
Washington, D.C.
pretty much Washington, all the tunnels. There are tunnels that are down there connecting all of these buildings.
For security.
But apparently, there
You
was
talking about
hundreds
the
of
buses
kids,
leaving?
yes, that were rescued and put onto these buses that were seen driving out of D.C. And the other part to it is Biden was arrested.
What?
I heard actually
For this whole reason.
Devin, I heard someone address this.
I don't. Okay, this is.
Like I never thought I'd heard.
Yeah,
like
I
after
heard
I
about
saw
this.
after I saw the videos you
This is
posted,
new.
I never thought I'd hear anyone talk about it. But it sure as shit, someone was talking about it.
Get-
So supposedly, and this is just some random unanimous source, said that those buses were full of recently human trafficking case children, and that they went to, I don't know, it makes no sense, but they were held at the White House or close to
Yes,
White House grounds
the
until they
dumbs
could
under
get the proper transportation.
Well, not
is,
even
is
that.
the way they
Well,
worded
so
it.
not even that.
No, but
The
they were
re- the timing
The
of it.
unanimous source literally made it seem like they had just rescued these kids and they were just sending
Right,
them off to
right.
social services.
So they said that there's generations of these kids that were rescued from down there.
From down.
From
wait, they
these
lived,
tunnels.
So you're saying they lived in the
Lived
tunnels?
and forced
See,
to
in
live
that
there
spot-
and tortured. Like
that
By
spot,
the
the person
Congress?
never
Elite-
speculated on.
these elite.
Was this Pizzagate thing?
The whole Pizzagate thing, yeah.
Yeah, see that part the unanimous source never even talked about.
Do you mean anonymous? You keep saying unanimous.
Anonymous. You're so right.
It's okay, buddy.
Okay.
Can I
I'm
am I even
not
winking right?
thinking about this, but I don't know.
It's
Some of that
unanimous.
seems a little far-fetched.
It's some very
No, but they
cultist,
literally have
like,
videos of supposedly
these buses.
So
Biden
like
was arrested.
No, wait, hold on.
There's an
We don't know
article.
that yet.
There's an article saying that
so
he was arrested
there's videos
in
supposedly of like
That's what I was
of
saying.
a
That I
tall,
saw was
like an
most recent.
adult, like a pretty tall person, walking right in front of the White House, and the White House. You know how usually it's lit up right in front there.
They had like
It's
pink
super
lights.
dim.
They had pink
super
lights.
dimmed light. It wasn't very like it was super dark kinda, but you could tell it was like an adult standing there, and then a flood of children.
When was this?
Like
last week before.
yeah, like
So
a
these
couple
people
days
were
ago,
trafficked
like literally a couple
into
days
the
ago.
White House a
They
couple
No,
days
they were
ago?
coming
They
out.
were coming out. So
And going into
they had
these
been
buses.
in there. So these children had been there for.
There's actual video of this?
Yeah.
Dude, it is all over right
There's
wing
some
media
journalists
right
that
now.
actually caught
all
footage.
over right wing
I
media.
haven't heard a damn
Yeah,
thing about
I
it.
haven't
I've heard
this
it.
either.
I listened to Rush Limbaugh Thursday and Friday and heard it both days. You know how Rush Limbaugh has that guy filling in for him, that
Yeah.
Todd guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd Herman.
He's talked
Man,
about it
for human.
twice, both
Yeah.
days, Thursday and Friday.
I missed it.
I must have missed it. I must have been in
I'm getting
So-
so tired to listen to the radio.
So
because
pretty much
it's
these kids
propaganda
have
on
been
both sides.
forced to live under.
Dude,
the
yeah, they're
ground
talking about this. They
for
think
generations. Like it's
they-
been a generational thing.
the right wing
Um,
media
Who
literally.
found them?
The right wing media is saying
So,
that Joe Biden
They're saying
is
so the whole
it matches up with QAnon. That
Right.
Joe Biden
So-
is
there's the whole
Has a cult.
speculation is the
satanic
reason
cult.
the reason why it is coming out now is because if Trump was to do it when he was in the White House,
I heard that
It would-
argument.
everyone would be like,
I don't
okay,
agree-
well,
I don't know
he's
if
in
I
the
agree
White
with that,
House, like, and they would start accusing Trump. So Trump was waiting until he left the White House, moved all his stuff out.
Yeah, so they're saying Trump knew about
Like,
it too.
yeah, they're
Knew
saying that,
about these
like-
kids being in the tunnel
But-
his whole 4 years. That was I heard the same thing. I listened.
Hey, what if they weren't kids? What if they were aliens?
This is not far fetched.
Yeah.
It's not far fetched. But it literally it literally right
It
wing
was dark,
media
you see someone
walked
tall
this
and then
line
fucking-
that Trump knew about these kids in the tunnels his whole 4 years in office. Didn't want them to come out during his term because
Garrett,
he
you
knew
got
the
anything to say
media
about
would
this?
flip out. So he waited until
That
his
doesn't make
term
sense.
was up. No, it doesn't. Because if he would have got reelected, they would have had to wait another 4 years.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't. It makes no fucking sense at all.
Like, you would think that he would have exposed it the second he found out about
Exactly.
it. So the question is did he even know about it?
Knowing Trump and his
He has to
anti-establishment,
know about it.
he would have exposed that immediately and then have the Secret Service get his back.
None of that makes any sense whatsoever. I don't.
I agree with
None
you.
of it makes
None of
sense.
it makes any fucking sense.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were like, well, and it's crazy because like these buses pulled up, and as they were leaving, they had like videotape, and you know through a tinted window when you can see all the way through
No, they
two
had-
tinted
they
windows,
had
you can
limo
see
tinting.
you can see if there's like someone in there. Dude, there was no one, but it makes sense. It was kids. You wouldn't be able to see them.
Limo tinting, my dude. That shit was so dark.
Except depending on
No, there were a
depending
couple
on-
in
depending
that.
on the age of those children, you would have been able to see them
Yeah.
on a normal bus.
Yeah.
My fifth graders,
Well,
you
yeah.
could see
They
a
were,
quarter
they
of
were
their
the
body.
tour,
Yes.
those tour buses.
But they were
Where-
tour buses,
where-
You still
and
would've-
they
where
had
most
like
adults,
No,
it's
you still
shorter
would've
level.
seen
and they had super tinted windows. Like
You
the
still-
only part you could see
Still.
through the bus is when the bus was like perfectly side by side with your camera, and you could see through. And it wasn't very easy to see. Like it was super tinted. Like when you look through a tinted car,
Yeah.
like a super thugged out drug
Yeah.
dealer's car,
Mhm.
you can still see through the car, but it's super
Yeah.
super dim. Like same with the bus. You could see through the fucking bus. You could see that it was not adults sitting in those seats. There could have been kids, but there's no way it was adults because you would have seen heads in all the seats. There's no way.
Hey, go ahead and read Garrett's comment out loud from Twitch. Out loud, please.
Okay. Garrett, I don't know if you are allowing me to do this, but I'm doing it. China at the moment is in a situation these days where they take the intellectual properties, replace technology at cheapest cost, replicate technology, taking away from the more costly but better USA products. The past 10 years, they have been buying out U.S. companies, making products cheaper, taking from our economy. I would imagine that's what he meant to say. Our government is tired of it, and both sides, left and right, I can promise you that a war is coming within the next 5 years with them. Garrett, hold on, I have a question. If a civil war starts, it's gonna be between...
Civil war? It's between countries. That's war.
He's talking about world.
That's
Yeah,
he's talking
about us in China.
war, us in China.
Okay.
He's talking about World War III.
Okay.
Not Civil War. He's talking
real war. War.
Another.
Yes.
Me and Garrett have walked this line also in conversations. If China decides to invade, you know they're gonna pair up with one or two of our, most likely Russia will be one of them, and North Korea will probably be another that they team up with to attack us.
Oh yeah.
The biggest thing.
You ride on that camo. You ride on that camo though, Garrett.
So do you think, Garrett, that we as hunters and licensed gun owners in America will be able to fend off an invasion while our boys are overseas fighting other battles?
Nope, not when there's executive orders mandating buybacks and
taking all our guns away.
Warrantless
I think
searches on houses.
See, but I think a lot of that would change if we're in a war. I think a lot of gun restrictions.
Not if your government's against you.
I think a lot of gun restrictions and gun laws would be very laxed if we were at
if
war
your government
and being
is
invaded.
against you, they are going to do everything they can to suppress you.
Not if we're being invaded or being threatened of invasion. I don't agree in that.
If the government is working with the government trying to overthrow us, absolutely they will.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
If it is China, yes,
The
absolutely.
only
They're
way-
going to be like,
the
hey,
only-
come take us home.
But that's not
only
happening.
way- the
Our
only-
own government is not going to overthrow their own people. That is not happening.
That's exactly what's happening.
No, that's not happening.
Because
Don't
the
convince.
only way to
Don't
have
even
a
try and
true-
convince yourself that that's
the
happening.
only way to have a true socialist / communist type of society is to get the guns.
Yeah, we can
out
still
of
hear you,
people's
Garrett.
hands. That is their ultimate goal.
So here's the thing, like there has been a study shown that it would be less inflation to have like less of oil. There's no way that it's going to happen to us. But us being the big swinging dicks around here, we will be the ones to invade. We promise you that.
I mean, you're not wrong because we do have China in the news right now with all our installations surrounding China.
Well, and also, if you look at the configuration of all the bases we have surrounding the United States, we have them on all sides of the border, besides in like a few spots that can be handled, and we have one of the largest non-militarized weapons forces in the world. Our citizens have more guns than any other country in the world.
Absolutely.
You are not wrong.
Absolutely.
You're not wrong. However, the only way to get through those kind of defenses is by breaking down the country within, which has already happened.
We're in the middle of it.
I don't agree. I think we are on a rebuild stage right now. I think and everyone can call me out and say bullshit on this, but I think we have an administration in office right now that is going to put forth a very much less what's the word? Aggressive. A lot less aggressive, a lot less confrontational. I feel like the Biden administration compared to this Trump administration is going to, and take this an example as like when they speak to the country and speak to the American people, they're going to have a rhetoric that's not poorly thought out, put together in the last 5 minutes, actually speaks to and thinks about all of Americans.
It won't be the Biden administration. They just used him to get their foot in the door.
It's just another puppet.
He gets to make some money. Then it's going to be the Kamala administration, and that's where it's going to get hairy.
I mean, you could say that all you want, but I do think that this administration is going to be a lot less confrontational.
We're not being
than
this
the Trump
isn't a country. This isn't a
Shutting
country.
down the Keystone Pipeline is non-confrontational.
This
and
isn't a
united?
country under.
I mean, that
But
is
I would love.
Trump is tough on
You guys want to get back into that conversation?
This is.
I'm totally down.
This isn't a country under Biden.
No, if Biden
This isn't
really,
a country under.
Well, first of all, in his campaign,
our
he
government.
spoke unity,
It is a-
unity.
No.
And then
Where's
he
that?
turns
I agree.
around.
I agree.
And does all this stuff. If he was so much for unity, he would basically be like, you know what? Just put the impeachment to rest. Let dogs lay.
Yeah.
You know,
Our
and
country
just
needs to
let's
heal
move
and
on.
stuff like that.
But he didn't do that for one. For
Actually,
two,
he
shut
never
down-
once said that he wants people to convict Donald Trump in the impeachment.
He just passed it off to the Senate. He never said one way or the other. But if he really were for unity, he would have just said, dude, guys, chill. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Put it to rest. He's out of office. Let's move on.
See, and I think he did, in my opinion.
No.
He had nothing to do with any of the Senate or the Congress and any of their decisions.
He is
He
saying-
didn't put forth any judgments towards the whole thing, the whole trial. He literally let the Senate and Congress do it themselves.
You're absolutely right, but I think that was wrong. He should have spoke up and said, dude, forget about it.
But he was doing other things. He's doing his job. He's trying to.
Signing 40 how many executive orders?
Well, in his opinion, those executive orders are important to him, and we may not.
Is it his opinion?
But
or is
didn't
it his
he
Hold
party's
also
on.
opinion?
say-
We may not understand those executive orders because we don't know all the circumstances to them.
All you have to do is read
Why
it.
didn't-
But-
it wasn't it also Joe Biden who said it takes a dictator to sign executive orders?
Yeah, that was his own
He
words.
did say that.
Yes, he did.
He
And
did say
He
that.
has signed the most executive orders out of the
Anybody.
last 3 presidents combined.
Yep.
He's doing exactly what he said a dictator does. Okay, for one. For two, if he was in control, let's take the example of the time where I don't remember exactly where he was, but he was doing some kind of ceremony, whatever, walked up and there were soldiers there, and instead of saluting the soldiers like you're supposed to, he walks up and says, "Salute soldiers," and walks on. What the fuck was that?
I've never seen that.
So,
Oh my
hey,
God,
guys,
look it
maybe
up.
Trump was the last
Look it
president
up.
because
It was
Biden's the
on
first
TV.
dictator.
It was on TV.
I don't know about that.
It was
You
on
heard about
freaking
that too?
TV.
The last president?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It was on TV. Look it up. There's video of it somewhere.
So,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
like
I
I said,
haven't seen that one,
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
honest,
sit here
but-
and defend Biden.
Gary thinks there's going to be a Trump 2024.
I just think that a Trump 2024 would be very toxic for the United States. Very toxic.
Depends on
I
how
don't-
this next 4 years
I don't
goes.
know. I love Garrett and I love his judgment and his opinion, but on that note, dude, I just don't see how a Trump presidency is gonna put anything but more division in a country that already has a problem.
I don't know if it'll be Donald
I
Trump.
mean, I understand that, but like, if
Should I run for president?
since Biden's been in, we've already got a shortage of paycheck and a few other things on top of the best thing for like me in the military is hold on a second.
Hopefully that changes though. Hopefully we get things figured out to where everyone can make more money.
Yeah, it was like instantly the day after he was in. It was an instant change in everything with the military. I mean, it's not like a terrible change, but at the same time, it's not a change that no one makes less money.
Yeah, no doubt.
And as an E3, I don't make much money as it is.
Right. Don't make enough money as it is, but then you also got to look at, as soon as he got into office, he sent troops back to the Middle East. When Trump spent 4 years pulling them out.
We're going to be fighting soon. No matter who's president, it doesn't matter which side is on the pitch. No matter what.
The military industrial.
See, and I've heard that same thing from most of our military generals. It doesn't matter what Trump did. It doesn't matter what Biden did. To be truthfully honest, the military generals that I've listened to have said that Trump pulling certain soldiers out of certain areas is a terrible idea, and that another administration is probably going to put military back in those areas.
So the problem with putting more people in is there's more likely for other countries to do something stupid to one of our either bases or scouting groups or something on those lines, which is going to cause our backlash against their
Absolutely, that makes 100% sense.
Further escalation. But no matter what, even like all my drill sergeants and all the other higher NCOs, I've talked to captains, I've talked to majors, we're all leaning towards within the next 5 years, we're going against China no matter what happens.
Going to get what?
Like, we
Shot at.
changed our
World War III.
Going against China.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what, we changed our whole entire camo system to forest camo for a reason, like 5 years ago.
Yep.
It's no longer what it used to be. Every branch changed theirs. There's only one branch that doesn't have the same camo as us, and I forgot what it's called, but Marines, theirs is a little bit different. Theirs is still a digital, but even, Air Force, National Guard, Army, like all of us are the same camo at the moment, and like right now I'm training alongside everyone. We got some Navy, we got Marines, we got Air Force, we got National Guard over here.
So why'd they change the camo?
Army, regular.
Ask him.
I did ask
We're getting ready for a fight in the forest scenery.
Yeah. You want to change just like
no
in
longer,
Vietnam.
In the desert.
Wait, why though? Do you plan on fighting someone in the near future? I mean, you probably can't even answer this question, but
Yes. We're going back to Asia.
Yes. No, that's yes, exactly.
We're going back to Asia. We're going back to our woodland camouflage that we had in Vietnam.
well, Garrett, I have one thing to say then. Go fucking kick their ass.
I'll be there, but I'm a scout. I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, no, go kick their ass, because America rules, bro. We have a lot of mixed emotions in this country, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree on the fact that no one wants to be taken advantage of by China, and if they're gonna do that they deserve to have a bomb or a couple people die.
It's gonna be more than see the problem with us and them is like yes, we would want to fuck each other up, but at the same time, certain bombs we use, we can't utilize the soil of the country and destroy the wildlife. There's so much more backlash from bigger explosions than sending in troops these days. You drop a bomb on someone and all of a sudden it's the end of the world. You can attack them with 100,000 soldiers and maybe not the same backlash.
Yep.
Bombs is the easiest way these days, but you get the biggest backlash from just obliterating the city, which in my mind is fucking awesome. But at the same time,
it solves the problem
You
in
have
a
less
jiffy.
casualties. You sit back in a different country and press a button.
But
Yeah, I was gonna
as
say,
long- as
it's
long
pretty
as-
easy to drop a bomb these days. You can just go over on a UAV and do it.
I'll put it on record now. As long as World War III pops off within, he's not even here for me to say it.
God damn it! I need another beer. After that fucking shot,
That was tasty.
Oh,
need
did it
something
just
else
cut
to
off?
drink.
Yeah. Jump.
Wonderful, buddy.
My head.
Oh, there you are. Are you ready for this, Gary? As long as World War III.
The government was listening to cut me off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
They heard us.
The
they heard us
government was
talking.
listening and cut him off.
Cut him off. Yep. As long as World War III pops off within the next 4 years, I'm coming back.
I would never serve under a Biden administration.
I'm gonna come back for sure. That's why I joined. I wanted to see that action, and I didn't. And if the opportunity arises before the age limit is up, then yep, I'll be there.
What is the age limit for
32.
As long as I
Combat?
don't switch combat teams, I am going to Afghanistan this fall.
Way past that.
This fall?
A little bit, but I know there's not much
I
going
just turned
on.
33,
Yeah, this
so.
fall.
Can your daughter watch kids?
Well, are you gonna be coming back
No.
this way
No.
before
No
then?
TV.
No TV.
Especially not Netflix.
I'm trying. I think I have like 15 days of leave, and I'm trying hard. So yeah, I'm gonna figure something out.
Well, when you do,
Oh, I should have had you.
you, me, and Blake will be getting together and having some drinks.
Yeah, I want to know when you're in town, but I want to
and
see you.
Nate and
We need to have him out to the lake house too.
Are you gonna put a podcast room in the lake house?
Probably, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we'll probably make a little studio. These computers are only like $400 or $500. We could set one up with just a couple.
Blake, stop getting in front of the camera.
Oh, sorry. I was
You like staring at that ass.
I was showing you my scrote.
You know you like that ass.
Oh, you know it, baby.
Badass.
Dude, I was up to like 175 or something like that, and then I was like, oh god, I gotta lose weight.
You remember when I came in? I was 130 pounds.
Yeah, dude, you were
Skinny
smaller
kid.
than me.
6 months ago.
Skinny kid.
Been trying to gain weight for 10 years, and all I have to do is join the military.
What's up, Chad?
No, we'll just order you a bunch of MREs.
There you go.
It's the MREs that get you.
When you're eating 600 grams of carbs a day plus protein and the rest of the calories combined, you start gaining weight pretty fast.
Hell yeah, you do.
All right, Garrett, I have a question.
I MRE every day. Every day I was in training.
Gross.
Are they good? Are they any good?
No.
Yeah, gross is right.
Oh.
They're just the worst. The worst.
Did we talk to him about the Keystone?
Yeah.
They added some stuff and took away
That's
a
what
bunch
I
of
thought. Do you think he would know who
I am
MTG
very. I am happy for
You know who MTG is?
for the fact that you missed out on the veggie omelet, because the veggie omelet was getting taken away.
Oh my god, I heard about it.
Yeah, veggie omelet they took away when I got in.
That one in the
Ratatouille was terrible too.
the 3-egg omelet too.
Yup, that one was
The
terrible.
3-egg omelet was trash as well.
Disgusting. Terrible.
I don't have. We have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Don't worry about it.
They're bad.
Just leave it between us.
They're
Th-
MREs,
this is
I think.
this is our moment, guys. Let us have our moment.
I think they're. Are they MREs?
Yes. The worst
They
MREs.
got rid of the C box. Now there's only A and B box MREs, and that's 1 through 12, and then 13 through 24.
Yep.
And the B box is probably the best box made.
Those are all your flavors?
What's funny is I know exactly what box he's talking about, because that box has got like chili mac in it. It's got like chicken dumpling in it. It's got some that one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everyone's sitting here, Garrett. Everyone's sitting here staring at me like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Chili mag.
Yup.
So the chili mag, Southwest beef and black beans, pizza.
Okay.
Veggie
Fuck you, because I never got pizza.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, it's good. It comes with a protein shake in it. It's fucking good.
All right.
You missed out.
Yeah, apparently I missed out.
Damn
Babe,
it, Devin.
I need MREs to gain weight.
They revamped them all.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So what was your question for Garrett?
Garrett, my question is.
Whoa.
Garrett, my question is do you know who Ben Sass is? And where do you think the Republican Party goes from here?
Let me just take a look at this. I have my computer up. I've been waiting for questions.
Ben Sass, man. Ben Sass is my dude.
He's from Nebraska.
Yeah, I think Ben Sass should be our next president.
What side is he on?
He's a Republican.
He's a Republican.
He's a traitor.
Bullshit. No, he's not.
He's a Democrat that says he's a Republican.
He's not.
He's a spy. He's a
not.
double agent.
No, he's not.
I know nothing about
No,
it.
he's not.
He's not.
He's a Republican.
How do you know?
I like him.
Oh,
He likes
prove it,
guns.
Mike.
He aligns with my values almost 100%. Like he has conservative values where it matters, and then he has liberal views as far as like moral. It makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Other than that, where do you think do you think the Republican Party ends up with Ben Sass as their candidate?
No, absolutely not.
Hell no.
No.
If the Republican Party's gonna go with anyone, they're definitely gonna go with someone like a Matt Gaetz.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
If they're gonna go right, they're gonna go hardcore right.
Garrett, stop it. That is blatantly rude.
What do you say?
He said he agrees.
Swear to God.
Like,
Here's the thing. Yes, I agree.
if you're gonna go, if,
Oh my
Sorry
God.
that you bring that up.
just like if
Matt
If-
fucking Gates?
if we were to bring it up the other way, if we were in the exact
AOC.
it would
AOC
be
is the
AOC.
Matt Gates.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes. Matt Gates is the AOC of the of the Republican Party.
And that's the way it would go.
I don't
Absolutely.
know. I think it might go more of like a Ted Cruz.
That's what I
Really?
think too.
I see-
It's
yeah,
gonna be
absolutely.
somebody already
Absolutely, I
established
like that.
better.
See, I see it going Ben Sass because he is so much in the middle. Like he
I
is
don't-
so much has
Ben, so
both
with-
values.
With that, Ben
Supporters
Sass
are
would
not
get
gonna
both.
go with Ben Sass.
Wait,
If-
so
yeah.
none of you guys think
supporters
Trump is
are
coming
not
back?
gonna go with Ben Sass.
I don't know. I
Huh?
don't think so.
What'd you say?
That looks delicious.
Oh, we're enjoying it for you, bud. All of this is for you.
So,
Go to the bar right now.
so I think
Yeah, you do.
that the Republican Party goes more towards
Ted Cruz.
no. I think they go more towards a Ben Sass. That's more towards that in the middle,
I say
just
no.
to solidify their win.
I think the next
No.
Republican
No,
nominee,
it's going bar
if
right.
it's not
No,
Trump,
It's going gun nut, military fucking bread.
But
it's
Ben
going
Sass
bar.
is the gun guy. Like he wants guns. He's on board with that as far as us.
If you ha-
here's my prediction. Can I make a
Hardcore
prediction?
conserv. Yes.
My prediction: the Republicans, if Trump does not run again and become the nominee, I think it will be a female, like either Nikki Haley or Kristi Noem.
Candace Owens.
Kristi Noem.
I see more like Candace
The
Owens.
South Dakota governor.
The Republican Party is going to be all over a black woman candidate that's with
That's
their
a
beliefs.
Republican.
With
Hell
their
yeah,
beliefs.
would.
They're going to be all over
Kristi
that.
Noem's got my vote. I freaking love that woman. She's amazing.
I don't like Candace Owens because she
If they were to do
is
that,
she's kind of like the AOC of Republicans.
Say that again, Garrett.
if that was to happen, that'd be crazy, dude. Like that would be like perfect.
I love her, but I don't think she's well known enough.
You're talking about Candace Owens?
Yes. I don't think she's well known enough.
You talking about
I
Candace
do.
Owens, Garrett?
I do.
She's pretty well known, but I don't get your AOC comment.
Yeah.
You don't think
I don't
she's the
understand where
AOC of?
AOC
No.
is coming from sometimes, just in terms of common sense. Whereas I hear where Candace is coming every time.
But that's because the Republican part of you.
No, it's like the human part of me. Like I just.
And she sees things from black.
Well,
point of
yeah.
view.
Now that he was quitted,
Even though
that's why they
I
had-
disagree with AOC,
that's why
I
they-
can still
that's
see
why
where
the whole
she's
second
coming
impeachment
from most
was-
of the time.
It was to
I try to, but
keep
there's
him from
been,
running that
several
second
times.
term.
Like
It's
I
what the
see that
fuck
she's
is she
coming
thinking?
from that inner city, sees different things than we do. I see that. And I get where she's coming from. And that's why I say that Candace Owens is the Republican version of that. Is she sees and she gets cultural narratives that are being pushed by each party. And she sees that the Republican Party, the Conservative Party, is not pushing.
Oh yeah, Candace Owens thought she was a liberal in the beginning, and then she went conservative, didn't she?
She switched.
Didn't she?
I have no idea. I have no
Really?
idea.
No, Candace Owens definitely
For like
switched.
last several years or more, she's been more on the right,
But
right?
you had said that Candace Owens is
A lot of Republicans switched over to, a lot of
so-
Democrats switched over to Republican during the.
I'm
Trump
now
era.
curious. I am now curious, Blake. You
before
said
the Trump
Candace
era.
Owens is the Republican version of AOC when you had also said that Matt Gaetz is the Republican version of AOC.
Yes.
So both of them are your AOC?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they both run that super extremist line. I do think.
See, I
do
disagree.
think, though, I do. Hold on. I do think though that Candace Owens runs more of a "it makes sense" kind of rhetoric. That like she's not gonna push something that doesn't make sense. As Matt Gaetz and AOC will absolutely push something that doesn't make sense.
I was gonna
just
say,
because it
I was
runs
gonna
with
say,
party
I
lines.
disagree with your argument for the fact that Candace Owens is actually intelligent.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
backs everything.
And she backs everything.
She's a lot
And
smarter than
history.
AOC or Matt Gaetz.
She doesn't just back things up with facts. She backs everything up with facts and history.
And history.
Yeah.
I would,
She's
I
the type
would
that
love
doesn't
to
open
see.
her mouth unless she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
I would love to see a Candace Owens running as president. To be honest.
I mean, I would vote for
How do you
her.
feel about
Okay.
that, Garrett? Garrett? Nah.
I predict Christine will making a play for it.
This Wi-Fi is terrible.
Me too, yeah.
He wants to sit on the couch.
Your mama's upstairs, baby dog.
Yeah, but the gate's closed.
Oh, baby.
Gone. Can you hear me?
You could do it. Okay. So yeah, I'll get back to that. No matter what, like, as long as it's in the right direction, we'll be okay.
You know who I think should be our president?
Wow.
How do you
Wow,
say his last name?
way to just interrupt Garrett like that, my guy.
How do you say his last name? Sowell?
Sawell?
No.
Sawell.
Thomas, the black guy.
Thomas
the
Sowell.
older black guy.
Thomas Sawell.
Is it Sawell?
Sawell.
Sawell. Yeah, that's who should be our president.
Why?
I just think he has a better understanding of what politics is than anyone in politics. And he's one of those historian professors that refuses to ever be a part of politics, but is that on the fringe, like, always back there judging politicians.
That's kind of how Trump started out.
No, I just think that
I can honestly tell you I don't know who this guy is, so I can't.
I don't
make
either,
an
but-
opinion.
he's fucking
I'm not
brilliant.
I'm not gonna make an opinion.
He's
on something
brilliant.
I
I
don't understand.
love Thomas Sowell. Or
If I know
Sowell.
anything about
Sowell.
something, I'm not gonna give an opinion.
So,
Blake,
yeah.
what do you think would be the best to try to fix what's going on in this country?
Say that again. What do I think would be the best to fix this country?
don't know what's like going at the moment.
So he's asking, with what's going on now, who do you think would be the best candidate
Can anyone fix
to fix our situation?
I do actually think you guys are probably gonna hate my two candidates, but I do think that there is a candidate on each side that I have been fairly paying pretty close attention to, and I think, in my opinion, just as what I have seen about these two candidates, I feel like they have enough knowledge into when ultimate power is involved and the ultimate decision is involved to whether you are being partisan or bipartisan. I think on the Democratic side, I really think Pete Buttigieg will be that moderate, listen to Republicans and Democrats alike, and be that moderate president. And then on the Republican side, I really see Ben Sasse, senator of Nebraska, being that in the middle. I see both sides get shit done kind of guy on the right side, and I understand that Ben Sasse is totally away. Yes, Ben Sasse is totally away from Trumpism and the Trump party. But I think if you want to get stuff done, you can't be so hardcore to one side. You have to be moderate. You have to be in the middle.
Oh, well, I hate to tell you this, but our next president, as long as it passes a Republican, is going to be as far right as you can ever imagine. It's probably the furthest right from anything we've ever had.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
That hurts me to hear you say that. Just because I know you're not wrong, and I know that the Democrats will continue to be left, and the Republicans will continue to be right, and we will never get someone that's in the middle that makes headway.
I blame the media for that. I think the left is going to get further left and the right is going to get further right because the media is going to continue
to push that.
Mm-hmm.
See, but I don't agree with that, just because there's just as many right-wing news stations as there is left nowadays.
What do you consider right wing? Do you consider me right wing?
I consider right-wing Fox News, OAN, Newsmax, 8chan, 4chan.
Because I feel like
8chan and 4chan are.
Here's the thing. I feel like what Democrats
They're
feel
not they're not media sites. I know.
Okay.
I know.
What I consider like right frickin' wing is like the neo-Nazi white supremacist, which is fucking crazy.
I don't consider that right wing. I consider those extremist crazy people.
Oh, okay. But what Democrats see as, I feel like most Democrats that watch CNN and MSNBC and are freaking brainwashed see right wing as those neo-Nazis and anybody that voted for Trump, which includes me.
I agree.
Whereas
that has
the
been portrayed that
left
way.
wing, I consider as a conservative, the left fucking crazy kooky wing are the freaking Marxist and communist.
Do you consider me left-wing crazy communist?
I think you're more conservative than you think you are. To be honest.
I know. Yeah. I absolutely agree with you. I don't think I'm more conservative than I think I am, because I know exactly how conservative I am.
I honestly, with everything that I know about you, I think you are more true to libertarianism.
Absolutely.
Which is not.
Me and Devin have talked about that for the last 6 months.
Libertarianism is more on the right than it is on the left. I think you're center right and don't realize it.
No, I absolutely agree with that. I am center right.
Which is why I'm completely confused as to why you vote left.
Because I hate Trump. That's really it.
Well,
Because I felt like
you've allowed the media to
Build your opinion.
Well, it wasn't even just the media; it was also Trump himself.
Yeah,
for
I don't.
saying
I
some
don't
of the
think.
most
I
asinine things
can
that
tell
he
you
did
right
say.
now that it was not the media that changed my decision. It was Trump being Trump.
Well,
I
right.
cannot
But the
support
thing
someone
is-
like
There was
that.
a lot of
I
Trumpisms.
You know,
that,
I've had. Okay, so my mom
We
is.
call 'em
I cannot
conservative.
support someone like that.
My mom is
Trumpisms,
conservative.
for sure.
She does not like Trump.
I have a lot of people in my life. Garrett is right here listening. Best friend, buddy. I would take a bullet for homeboy. I'm telling you right now. I don't see the Trump thing. I don't see what anyone sees in that guy. I see the exact opposite. I see scumbag.
You see
absolute
You see the
crooked
no.
nepotist. This.
No, you see the show and you see what the media has been telling you to see.
Sure, but at the same time, when something's proven, you can say that you're being shown the
Right, but
bullshit
you
all
believe
you
in
want.
the Russian
But as soon as it's
conspiracy, and that was
proven, it's
proven to
not
be
really
debunked.
being shown a show. Like you're just being like. I don't disagree that the media should take the same take on Trump as they do every president. They should absolutely beat the fucking shit out of him politically and news-wise.
But it's not
But-
part of their agenda.
But the fact that they can take someone like Trump, beat the shit out of him politically and news-wise, and then have someone like Biden that they don't do that and they don't follow up with that, just shows that
They're biased.
well, it just shows that there's only so much that you can believe. And these articles coming out about how conspiracy theorists this and conspiracy theorists that, it makes sense to why these people go balls deep into conspiracy theories.
Well, what if some of them are true?
The thing is there's
No, that's what I'm
there's
saying though.
conspiracy theory and then there's conspiracy fact, and there are two totally.
But that's what I'm saying though. When you run into this wormhole of going into facts and going through the wormhole of checking something out online, and you find what you're looking for, you
believe it because you found what you're looking for instead of looking for the truth.
agreed. But you do it all the time from then on. You now obsess over going to look over things that you were told was different, but now you can find an article that it was wrong. Me and Devin talked about this for like 10 podcasts in a row. Talked about how easily you can put out an article, it have no facts at all, but it can run along an agenda that can make anyone believe it. And it goes both ways. It goes on right side and left side.
The narrative.
You could run a total bullshit paragraph summary that is multiple paragraphs long of something you made up in your dreams. But you can make anyone believe it if you word it in a certain way to where it makes sense to the left or the right.
Can I just elementary? I'm currently teaching my 5th graders persuasive writing. They have to come up with this random ass thing and convince me to buy it or allow them to do it.
Nice.
I
Good
teach
challenge.
you like
Don't let any
Oh,
politics
taught
get
that.
involved. If someone offers you a
Right.
Donald Trump dick sandwich for $5, you have to be like, okay, well, let's outweigh the fucking market
Yeah.
benefits here instead of just disowning it because it's Trump dick.
That is aggressive.
You know what I mean, though?
But like
You know what I mean,
But
though?
at the same time, it's important to learn that because if you know how that it's done, you're less likely to be fooled.
Oh, dude,
But
if
you're
you
taught
could
so
teach,
early on
if
to
you
write,
could
like,
dude,
persuade
if you
them.
could fucking teach a kid
Oh, yeah, we're
that
talking
marketing
about
is
manipulate.
not
Oh, yeah.
what you're selling, it's how you sell it, dude, that kid's gonna be the next Elon Musk. Come out of your kid.
That's what
out of your
marketing
class.
is.
Out of your class. Come out.
100%.
Elon Musk. Come out of your class.
Look,
That's what marketing is.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why some people.
It's also just so
Hobson,
intense that, like, you
Hobson,
teach it
Hobson
from an
said
early
it the
age.
best. Marketing is not this magical thing that just the elites have. Marketing is making your people, your followers, making them feel like they're a part of what you're doing.
But it's ultimately manipulation.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
teaching
really.
you, but it is.
No,
I'm manipulating the way that you're thinking based on
no,
solely
it's
how.
giving them a platform that they want to or don't want to invest in.
But it's the way I'm speaking to them. It's not. I'm not just straight out laying the
But
facts
it's
to
still
them.
their decision.
Okay, but you're telling me that you can't be manipulated in an essence to do something based on how a person speaks to you.
Morgan, when I was in 6th grade, Little John
But
could have
that's
made
not-
me
that's not what I'm
invest
saying.
like
But-
$1,000 if I had it, just
Blake.
because
No,
I
Blake.
fucking loved Little John.
No, that's not what
Blake.
I'm saying.
I'm just saying,
No,
it's pretty
Blake.
fucking easy.
Blake.
Yeah, I am.
Blake.
I'm saying, it's pretty fucking easy.
Blake.
Okay.
It does.
It's marketing at its finest.
It comes down to the psychology of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and who you're reaching out to.
How do you control a country? Control the youth.
Kind of. If you control a youth in a place like America, you ain't gonna have shit because adults run America still to this day.
Right, but if you can make half of America believe that they're victims and they need the government to take care of them, they can control the people.
Hence Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. As much as I want to vote for both of them, it is like they said, he said, it is the voting for lesser of two evils. Why do we have to settle for that?
Oh, I agree. That is a great fucking question.
One of the
I completely
greatest
agree.
flaws of all of it.
I don't want to vote for fucking Trump. I don't want to vote for
We have to vote
Mitt
for the
Romney.
lesser
I
of
don't
two
want to
evils
vote
because
for
they
John
lost.
McCain. But then you get further down the line and it's like
Vote
a
for
candidate, hold on, a candidate comes up like Trump and then you resent and you
We wanted a president like Trump for how long?
no, hold on. I'm more saying
no,
the other
yeah,
way around.
I'm pretty
They've been
sure.
asking
Hold on.
Trump to be
I'm more
president
saying
since the 80s.
hold on. I'm more saying the other way around. I'm more saying when Trump came along, we were all like, "Fuck, dude! I would actually, if Sarah Palin wasn't his candidate, I would vote for a person like Mitt Romney because he is in the middle."
Sarah Palin was with John McCain.
Yeah.
No, she was the Mitt Romney.
No, she was John McCain.
John
Who was
McCain.
Mitt Romney's candidate?
No,
Who was Mitt Romney's candidate?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that election, but I paid attention to 08, which was John McCain and Obama. I almost
And there
broke
was
up with my
Sure.
boyfriend over that one.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100%.
I have to
Yeah.
look this up now. Who was Romney's
John
running
McCain
mate?
I
is
don't know
unelected,
who Romney's running
Fact check.
mate was, but Sarah Palin was John McCain's running mate.
He's gonna
Be
blow
like-
my mind. Are you ready?
I'm way older than you. I remember, I promise.
Was it really? I don't remember that.
I mean, Google is known to lie, but that
It
does
could
say
be
Paul
censoring the
Ryan,
information
was
you're
it really
looking at
Paul
right
Ryan?
Paul Ryan what?
Didn't Nelson Mandela
the rep
die
from
2 days after?
Wisconsin.
For Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
I
That's what's
believe
happening
that.
right
I
now.
would believe that.
I don't
did not.
remember that though.
I did not.
I don't
follow
remember that either.
I didn't follow that election.
It was kind of
because
mysterious
I
how he quit shortly after Trump got in.
What was that? 2012?
8.
2012.
Yeah, 2012 election.
That was the first one.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, it still says Paul Ryan. I do not remember that.
I can believe that. I don't remember it either because I didn't follow that
I
election.
I could
I
have sworn it
followed-
was Sarah Palin.
I followed the
think it's
John
2008, bud.
McCain and
You don't have to be
Obama
honest.
election.
That one's
like
2008, bud.
Hold on, I gotta
Probably
make sure on this.
half-assed.
Sarah Palin.
That was the first one I was able to vote in.
Yeah,
Oh.
I concur. 'cause
Sarge
we're the same
Palin.
age.
Hey, you got Sarge Palin in there, bud.
Sarge Palin?
Sarge Palin.
Sarge
Hey.
Palin?
Supposed to be an
did
A.
not-
Come on
Two-
over here,
2000.
Jedediah. Sarge
2000.
needs some her to
2000.
turn in the
What's that
burner.
say? What's
I
that
did
say?
not- I did not vote in the first election I was able to vote in, but the
My
first election
first-
I actually
This is
voted
the
one.
first.
I voted for Bush.
This is the first election I voted in.
My first election to vote was Hillary and Trump.
Oh,
Oh
really?
my god, you guys
Yeah.
are babies.
Yeah.
Trump
This was the first election I chose.
is a
to
piece
vote
of
in.
shit.
The first election I chose to vote in was Bush. And then I voted for John McCain. Good God.
I tried my ass off. I
I'm so
tried to keep
sorry.
Obama out
I
of there.
know, right?
I'm so sorry.
It was awful. But I didn't know any better.
No,
I didn't know
no,
any better
you're
at the time.
absolutely
Because
right.
I didn't follow politics as much as I do now.
Now.
At the time,
Yeah.
I just knew Biden was not a good.
You mean Obama?
Or yeah,
Yeah.
Obama.
Yeah.
Same
that
difference.
guy.
Yeah, what's the difference?
That one.
That word is intermixed.
Obama, Biden, same
right,
person.
It's the same thing.
Right, and then I didn't vote in the Mitt Romney Obama one.
Yeah, because fuck Mitt Romney.
Because I was
Didn't vote
completely
then either.
disinterested in.
To be
everything
honest, I
else.
actually think I was.
We didn't even get our mail-in votes.
No, it was Ron Paul.
Rand Paul.
No, it was Ron Paul.
There is a Ron Paul and a Rand Paul.
Yeah, it says
Two different
2012 Republican Party presidential candidates were Mitt Romney and Ron Paul.
Can I help you drink that, babe?
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the room.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. I thought Sarah Palin's crazy conspiracy ass was the one.
No, that was 2008.
Did you hear?
That I remember.
So
that
I
election
know.
I remember
The
all
Norse. The Norse
Saturday
will.
Night Live
The
skits
Norse
from
will
Sarah
not.
Palin.
Agree,
Yeah,
the
those are
Norse
great.
will not agree with this. But
Tina
did
Fey
you hear?
crushed
Did
Sarah
you
Palin.
hear?
Man, she did against Sarah Palin. Tina Fey is so funny.
Did you hear Sarah Palin talking to God, what is his name? God, he's the British guy.
Pierce Morgan.
Yeah, Pierce Morgan.
You were right on
I was
track.
gonna say Pierce Brosnan, but everyone would have been like James
007.
Bond, bro.
Hey, that was my favorite
No.
Bond.
So yeah, Pierce Morgan called out Sarah Palin and was like, he was asking her about the election fraud, and she went into this rabbit hole about how all the conspiracies about how the American 2020 election was stolen from President Trump. And Pierce Morgan was like, you do know that every single thing you just said has been debunked as bullshit. And he said it straight on air. Bullshit. And she was like, no, now you're just being mainstream media fake news. And he straight up just giggled, and it's like, hold on. I have a serious question. Anyone who calls you out and has facts on how you're wrong, is that how this is going to be handled in the future? Everyone's just going to say that's fake news. And Sarah Palin said, well, if you're going to report on things that aren't factual, yes. And Pierce Morgan was like, wait, you do know that out of 60 lawsuits that were filed throughout the states and throughout the counties in places that Trump said that fraud was happening, they all got thrown out. And the only one...
They did not get thrown out. They were refused to listen to. They refused the cases. They didn't even look at any of the evidence that was
See, that's not true because because
that is true
because
because
they
the
were
Supreme
all
Court
they
is
were
taking
on
one
they
of
were
those
all on
cases
merit
right now as we speak.
No, they were all no. Yes, you're right. There is one they're taking up, but all the rest of the 59 cases, 58 cases were all thrown out because of merit.
No.
They're not. That's not true. That they were dismissed because
they were
of.
dismissed because the judges did not want to get in the middle of it and be
It's
on
not true.
either side.
That's
they
not
didn't
true.
want to deal with
That's
it,
not
so
true.
They just said, "I'm not going to hear it." none of the evidence has been heard by the court.
There
None
was
of it. There's
literally
tons of evidence.
There was literally like
There's tons and
20,
tons and
25% of those judges
thrown
that
it
threw
away.
out cases that were Trump appointed judges.
Yeah, what does that tell you?
It tells you that it was all bullshit.
It tells you.
That's
that
what it
our
tells you.
government is
All
fucking
these,
corrupt
all
is
these,
what it tells you.
all these red flags that were supposedly being waved were all bullshit. There's
red flags,
one.
all right.
Oh, no, Tony is right. There is one case being upheld in the Supreme Court right now. And you know what it is? It is a case on whether ballots in a certain county should be accepted past a certain date. And that got taken up. They accepted that one.
Okay.
After it's too late to do anything about it.
But that's just it. The right-wing media is feeding you this Donald Trump was cheated. Donald Trump got his election stolen. Blah, 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 blah. But every fucking court that all these cases have gone to have been dismissed because there's not enough evidence. Or there wasn't merit.
They didn't look at the evidence.
No,
If
that's
you
not
actually
true.
Go in and read the
That's
case
not
files
true.
And why they got thrown out, they refused to take it. They didn't even look at the evidence.
That's not true. They refused to look at some of these cases because some of the accusations brought forth were just hearsay. They were just speculation.
How is
So you
something
can't
hearsay
bring
when
that
you
up
have
in a
hundreds
court.
Of witnesses saying the exact same thing that don't
You
know
can.
each other?
You absolutely can. You can bring witnesses into court and testify on the fact. But that didn't happen.
Why?
They did not have witnesses come in and speculate and testify.
They had hundreds of thousands of affidavits.
But
which are sworn under perjury.
You remember the Michigan thing that was going around about that lady that was walking around in the Michigan complex and she was hooting and hollering about how they wouldn't let anyone in the voting booth and how she was in there speculating, went to go to the bathroom and then they wouldn't let her back in? So they did an investigation on that whole thing. And they proved that the people that were in there and that left to go to the bathroom were replaced by other people. So that they still had their majority, their number of people from each party that were examining and watching the vote counters. There was still, and they went to court over it. And then in court, they talked about how were your party's affiliates in that room when votes were being counted and certified. And they had to say yes because their people were in the room.
They were in the room, but you can't see.
Yes, you can argue that there
10,
were not
20
enough of
feet.
them. You
You
can
can't
argue
see
that
what
there
people are
weren't
doing.
the people that were supposed to be in there. But in a court of law, when a judge asks you, were your affiliates in there watching votes being counted? If there were people in that room, you can't say no.
Exactly.
So it's over. Right there.
But that doesn't
Court
mean
case is
that
done.
They weren't
And
actually,
it was a good plan.
There's
It
a
was
difference
well
between
planned
being
and
in the
well
room.
And I'm not going to debunk that.
There's
If
a
it went
difference.
the way you're saying is that Democrats infiltrated it, made shit go down the way they
Look at
wanted,
how much-
kicked out a couple Republicans. There were only a couple Republicans and a bunch of Democrats
all
in the
these
room
mail-in
certifying.
ballots.
Yes, I could see how you're coming
Do you
from
know how
at
much
that
money?
angle. But at the same time, it's like all of those rooms were under surveillance. So if you had problems, you could file a lawsuit and they would have to go through and investigate every single minute of those video feeds.
Yeah, and they never did.
But they didn't go through court far enough to get that.
That's because they were never taken up. They never saw any of the evidence.
It's because of the...
Nothing was proven or disproven.
No.
Nothing
You
was
are
proven
right in saying
or
that there
disproven.
is a flaw in them not investigating it. But they didn't have enough evidence. That's the way they cited it in the law.
Want to get involved, so they refused to take the
But
case.
nope, that's how the law is written in that state. If
why
you
did
don't
they
have
wanna get
if you don't
involved?
have
Isn't
enough
it their
evidence,
job?
it
Right.
doesn't get investigated.
It's not that they didn't have the evidence. They refused to take the case. Never looked at the
I don't know if it was a refusal or if it was a lack of evidence or if it was a bipartisan political thing.
So the way
We will never know.
No, but the way it works is you file your lawsuit and your summary, which doesn't include the evidence, and the judge decides to either take it or not take it. And then after it's taken, they examine the evidence and do the whole thing. And after the evidence is shown or explained, the judge can throw it out with saying that it has not
Merit.
inefficient evidence.
Merit.
But the evidence has to be heard first.
Agreed.
That never happened.
I don't know.
That
I
never
don't know about
happened.
that though.
Look it up. I swear to God, it never happened.
You know for a
Google
fact
that
it never
shit.
happened.
It's been reported and reported and reported and fact checked. Not by Google or CNN, but like real actual fact checkers. It has been proven. They never took the cases.
Whoa. I love you. Guys, it has been episode 100. This has absolutely been the most productive one-on-one conversation podcast that you could ever think of. If you want to hear good people talk to other good people about real fucking situations, this is what you want to find.
Tune into.
I really think that we are going to have Janelle or someone who's good at videos take this part out of me and Devin talking to you about how influential your opinion is and how close to the heart we actually take our criticism. I really want everyone to understand that if you are still here with us, what is this, third hour of the 100th episode? Guys, I can't express enough. Me and Devin love you. Your support.
Not to mention, we wouldn't be here without Garrett.
Your support towards this.
Thanks, Garrett.
Your support towards this podcast means the world to us.
And Derek.
Garrett, Derek, your guys' contributions towards this podcast mean the world to us. All of our fucking fans, all of our guests.
Hey, thank you guys for putting this on.
We cannot thank you guys enough. We are gonna sign out. This is gonna start the 100th episode and beyond of Slightly Off Topic Podcast. Hopefully we can convince people throughout the way that this deserves to be all over the world, and you guys deserve to be Joe Rogan status. We appreciate you guys. Share us as much as you can. Yeah, Twitch. This is our first real. This is like 3 fucking hours. I don't know how we got the camera to last that long, but Twitch. Thank you for hosting us. We are fucking out of here. This has been episode 100 Check us out. Episode 101 and beyond. We will be on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube,
Are you on iHeartRadio?
Twitch. Yes. Guys, hit us up. Let us know what you think. We have many topics that we want our viewers to reach back to us on because me and Devin are kind of right in the middle of political things. So we want as much feedback as possible. All right, y'all.